course.
What's that web address?
alphacustoms.net.
Insurance companies often discourage people from getting an attorney. If I can't get you more, even after our fee, then you owe us nothing, not even our costs. I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA 21 12670. Offices in Baton Rouge.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Monday, August 14th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners at 8 a.m. and Hold the Mayo joins the show at 9:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, Peter, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, yeah, Jake! Oh, yeah, Jake! You saw it, baby! Derek Carr! Saints, best team in the NFL confirmed. I mean, look at the first drive, dude. Kamara, Jawan Johnson. Keep it turned up, Mario. What the hell are you doing? Mike Thomas. Keith Kirkwood, we're back. 5 receivers with Keith Kirkwood scoring a touchdown. Is that Drew Brees or Derek Carr? Trevor Penning, great at left tackle. O-line kicking ass. 4-1 stops against Pat Mahomes. 17-0 of the starters. Even J-Mo Dimes back in the building. Boys, I mean, I don't want to say it's confirmed that the Saints are 12-5 playoff, Super Bowl contender, but it's not confirmed. That was as perfect of a preseason game as you could have. Jake, are you officially on the Derek Carr bandwagon now?
It was a nice preseason one game. It was very nice. Looked very efficient. Offense looked great. Michael Thomas caught a pass. That's always good to see.
Yeah.
Trevor
Sliding
Penning
pass,
played.
Badass pass.
That's always good to see.
And he looked good.
Yeah, so,
he did have a false start, but he looked good.
He did have that. Keith Kirkwood's back for his – how many times has he been with the Saints?
Since 2018.
Like –
many times.
He just shows up sometimes.
Look at him right there.
You know what I mean? And
Look
not in a bad way.
Scored a touchdown right now.
Like, this is no shade. He shows up.
Yep.
He just, like, sometimes like, oh yeah,
KK.
Oh yeah, Keith Kirkwood's on the team.
AK and KK, the legendary black and gold connection.
If we're talking about things we're like honestly excited about,
I'm honestly excited about everything, but continue.
A.T. Perry.
Yep. 6 catches, 70 yards, tud.
I told y'all when I was in Kansas City, we were getting towards the end of the third round, and I look over to EJ on air, and I'm like, how has A.T. Perry not been selected yet? Because he's an ACC guy, and he's like, I don't know either. And he didn't go to what, the 5th?
The 6th.
Oh,
Yep.
6th.
Yeah. The problem is he has to beat out Keith Kirkwood.
What? Well,
That's all I'm saying.
that's all fair and good, but
I think
you have
Kirkwood's
6
probably-
for 70.
Yeah, 6
What
or
ended up
70 and a
being?
touchdown.
And Tud. That's a good start.
It's a good start. Yeah, I think right now receiver probably scores Olave Thomas, Shaheed, then Traquan, and then Kirkwood and A.T. Perry. So how many do you keep? 5 or 6? I actually have that as one of my huge overreaction takeaways that A.T. Perry's making the team. We get a lot of huge overreaction.
I honestly, I don't think that's an overreaction. I think it's a player that, for whatever reason, slid in the draft. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't say it before. I've thought that since the draft in May. Like, he was a player that was a third-round talent, and he goes that late into the draft. Now, again, like, you never know exactly what the red flag is there, but just based off his play. And then he goes out there his first game and looks really good. So, one thing, though, I did feel bad for, because I've been in this situation. My man Jamal Williams out there with the bomb squad.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
That man led the NFL in touchdowns last year, and he was out there with the bomb squad.
Hey, them's the breaks, dude. You're getting paid good money, is what it is. You gonna get your carries. You know, AK's out for 3 games. That said,
like, he was a better player than AK last year.
Yes, but I was about to say, that said, one of my huge overreaction takeaways is that Alvin Kamara is certifiably back. He looked very good.
If you know how to use him, he's back.
Yes.
I say that about Jamal being better because they did not use him correctly. They're trying to make that man run in between the tackles.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, that's why you go sign Jamal Williams.
And it looked like, they looked like they were a bit more creative offensively. They got AK in a good spots. I mean, the AK screen game should be the deadliest in the entire league potentially, and he had that very nice screen in which Eric McCoy had a beautiful block leading the way downfield. I mean, look, we could be tongue-in-cheek about it, and yes, Black and Gold, the Super Bowl, is tongue-in-cheek, which I was shocked. I saw Kay Gates. I never knew who sang that song. I thought it was Kevin Gates. Mario disabused me of that notion before the show today, saving me some potential embarrassment. But, yeah, so look, I mean, I'm coming in here having a little bit of fun with it. But like, in all honesty, it was as good as your starters can do in a preseason, and it was against the other starters. So, like, small sample size, yes, but I'd rather you do good in that small sample size than us come in here and have to be like, well, Derek, it was like, it was weird. The offensive
if you're like a
line
Panthers
didn't play
fan
well.
or a Rams fan,
Yes.
you watch some of those preseason contests, you're like, oh, boy.
And you're like, well, Bryce Young's
Texans.
young, CJ Stroud with the Texans.
Yeah.
Even though I loved the takeaways, of course, after the Texans game the other day, it was like, is CJ Stroud a bust? And that's just what we do because we're insane. But no, yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, it felt, I'm not exaggerating, that felt like the Breeze era. Like, that felt like Derek Carr is a franchise quarterback. I mean, just look at all the different receivers. Hey, here's the quote that he had, and tell me this doesn't feel breezy, not breezy. Quote, everybody's catching the ball. First place for Chris, then we go to AK, we find Jawan, then we find Mike. Everyone's touching, and all of a sudden Keith gets a touchdown. So everyone did the cardio, and Keith got the reward. Hopefully our guys understand that's just how we're going to have to play if we're going to do the things we want to do, if we can do that and spread it out evenly. So I feel like in this preseason a lot, we've talked about how the Saints sneakily have built some pretty good and varied weapons. But the question was, like, would you be able to take advantage of the weapons with the offensive line and be able to hold up? At least in this sample size, the answer to both of that was yes. Carr spread the ball around, managed to find a bunch of different guys. I mean, go rewatch the touchdown where, first off, the offensive line gave him forever. You see Carr work through his entire progression before flipping back to Kirkwood at the end and delivering that little dime over the top. So already you see him spreading the ball out, and then you see a message already in the locker room of, look, we don't care who, or at least is what he's trying to push, right? And I don't know if he's talking to guys like Mike Thomas or maybe others, but like, it's like, look, we don't care who's going to catch the ball. The bottom line is we're going to all have to be willing to do what we need to do to be successful. So, I mean, it was just a really, really fantastic start for this Saints offense. And it feels like a bit of validation over some of the hype in terms of the varied weapons that they put together.
Yeah, because you had the weapons, and you look around and you have the tight ends. I mean, we saw Foster out there as well. It was really good to see him back out there after the offseason, and we didn't really know what that was going to be. And now to see him out there in the Saints uniform is great. But you have multiple tight ends. You've got multiple receivers. You've got multiple backs. I mean, you have every weapon. You have an offensive line that you still have questions about, but they're first-round talents. Yeah. Now, that doesn't always mean anything, but you have, I mean, I think, 4 first-rounders and a second-rounder on your starting offensive line if Penning's in there?
McCoy second, Penning. I mean, I guess Pete, even though Hurst started this game.
Ruiz,
and then, and then Ramczyk. Yeah.
So, true. I mean, that's draft capital right there.
That's
so
crazy.
You at least have the talent there. Now, if you have one injury, you get a little nervous.
Hurst, you're pretty good. I mean, you can handle.
Yeah, but then your depth goes away.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
then
it's nice to have that ace in your pocket until you have to use it. Then it's like, oh, what's after that? Because then you have Throckmorton, you have Young. You have a lot of young players that have not shown that they could go out there and do it. So kind of like we talked about with LSU and defensive back, like you feel good about it unless you have an injury. Kind of the same situation for the Saints offensive line. But initially, if you stay healthy there, it's a unit that has Jimmys and Joes all over the place. Now, you have to have a quarterback that knows how to use those. And game one in the preseason, it looks great. Not good. It looked great. I mean, it looked like down the field, you've got a true pro back there at quarterback, and everything looked great. They spread the ball out. That's who the Saints have to be. If the Saints want to be successful, that's who they have to be this year.
I agree. Yeah, and to follow up in the O-line, again, I thought the Penning, besides the false start, looked really solid out there at left tackle. And Derek Carr's 8 dropbacks. Only got pressured one time. Maybe most importantly, he had over 2.5 seconds to throw on 6 of his 8 dropbacks. Shout out Nick Underhill for that little nugget in New Orleans football. Although, not having no Chris Jones probably helps in that regard, given that the Chiefs' incredible interior defensive lineman is still holding out for more money. But and then I mean, like I said, I loved the beautiful blocking on the screen pass to Kamara, the touchdown pass. So very pleased with what you saw out of the offensive line thus far. I love the defense coming up with a big 4th-and-1 stop to start, and Kalen Saunders doing the worm, and Cam Jordan faking a knee injury like a troll before ninja flipping up, showing that he's still young and he's still got it. I thought the crowd looked you smart. You called the game. How full? What was the dome like?
There was a lot of Chiefs fans, but it was loud. Maybe like 75% full, which is solid for a preseason game.
Dude. What about how was the new dome renovations? I didn't look into it much. I saw like one Twitter video showing new concourses and aisles that looked like massive.
Yeah, it's nice, man. I didn't spend much time on the concourse, honestly, but even the elevators going to the press box are bigger, more spacious. You could tell they made some significant renovations.
Hell yeah, man. And then, hey, how about this? You win the game, which I know doesn't really matter, but you did kind of win it in a very fun way. That pick by Kyle Phillips with a minute left. If you missed it, if you want to play Taylor, it's actually in there under what to play by Kyle Phillips, but that pick where Chiefs try to run a screen, you're down by 1 because it's a preseason, so you go for 2, right? You try to win the game. You're down by 1. Oh, by the way, I also like seeing Jay Kaner lead that drive after kind of struggling, lead that game on the line, potentially game-winning drive. But then you're still down by 1 minute left, like you're going to lose. Chiefs try to run a screen, and Kyle Phillips tips it to himself, the big man with the pick. And then that sets up the other rookie. I believe Group a rookie? Group A?
From Notre Dame.
How do you pronounce his name, Mario?
I believe it's Group.
It is Group? Okay.
Yeah,
he's from Notre Dame.
And then that sets up Group, which, how about that, dude? You're a rookie, and your first preseason game, Jake, they give you a chance to. So rare in the preseason to have a game this close, or that it's even this situation sets up. But as a rookie, you get a chance to kick the walk-off game winner. He nails it. And then because it's fun, everybody mobs him. He probably won't make the team because Will Lutz, even though Lutz had struggled last year, but he probably still won't make the team because of Lutz. But it's just an awesome moment that he'll have.
Something you'll always have.
Forever. He kicked a game winner in the Superdome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your first NFL action, you get a game winner. No matter how long you play, you remember your first NFL action and who you played against and what happened in that game. So he'll always have that. That was a cool moment. Great play by the D in there to get that interception. So, all in all, about as well as you possibly could have hoped that a preseason game would go for the Saints. Outside of, let's see what Kendre Miller's injury is going to be. First initial reports, sprained knee, which that's still nothing. That can keep you out 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And when you're a rookie, you miss that much camp. We always talk about it. You miss 3 weeks, you miss basically 6 months of camp, of just the mental reps that you get. And so the good thing is, AK is not going to play the first 3 games. We know that. So if Kendre Miller is out, you did bring Kareem Hunt in. So you didn't sign him. No one else has signed him. So I wonder if that is a move that could be made today if it is, in fact, a sprained knee and you're going to miss multiple weeks. Because now you're talking about if you suited up today, if you had game 1 today, you would have Jamal Williams and Merriweather, who played yesterday at running back.
That's it's crazy given how many running backs you actually feel like you have on this team. But I guess that's just how it works when you got suspensions and just with the NFL.
Yeah, Benjamin gets hurt last week, and then if Miller's hurt this week or it's severe enough, then you go out, you got to make a move, and you got to go bring in someone. It doesn't have to be Kareem Hunt, But if you only have Jamal Williams up as your only veteran, that would make sense.
All right, when we get back, we'll talk a little more about Saints preseason game. What were your biggest takeaways? Put in the value for YouTube chat, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. I want to hear from you. We'll read off the best ones, and then I'll give you my huge week 1 overreaction takeaways, but a very fun Sunday. And my God, if it didn't feel like football is, right here on the edge. Also, we'll clown Taylor later for his team allowing maybe the greatest football play that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Are the Cowboys, Saints won, Chargers won? Did the Cowboys win?
No, they didn't.
I hate to hear
it's
it.
preseason, so who cares?
Well, the Ravens care, and they've been way more successful than the Cowboys.
Yeah,
and they almost lost, and I was thinking about Mario, but I think they found a way.
Did they end up winning?
They did. They
20,
did.
24 in a row.
It was close.
2 or 3, yeah.
Mar, did you have a money line bet on him?
Hell yeah. And we had Saints money line too. We had a good birthday weekend.
Oh, what? You had
You bet
Saints
preseason? God bless
You had
you.
Saints money line, and then Kyle Phillips and group did that for you?
Yes.
That is fantastic.
Maybe I shouldn't say anything. Don't want to get suspended. But
Yeah,
yes.
no, we're just joking. Nobody would ever bet Saints money line for a
Not
preseason. That's
game.
really stupid.
Like, who would actually do
Yeah,
that?
allegedly. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com. Oh, yeah, the Saints look like some all-stars out there this week. And, dude, if you want to look like an all-star, but more importantly, if you want to feel and be treated like an all-star, you want to go to All-Star Toyota and get your next Toyota, man. You already know about Toyotas because you probably had a friend who, or maybe you had one that just lasted like 30 years. The point is, though, these are well-made machines that stand the test of time, meaning that when you invest in them, you're going to get a massive return. Speaking of return, you need to sell or trade in. The value to do that remains very high, and then you turn right back around and you get whatever you want. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, go to the website. There you can create your own vehicle however you want it, no matter what you want on it, no matter what you don't want on it. You can do that right there on the homepage. You go to the new tab and you scroll down and it says Build Your Toyota. And you can do that right now. Maybe you're already at work. You can go ahead and do it. Don't worry. We won't tell the boss. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a...
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. Tigers back on the practice field. We'll have a practice report, and we'll recap Saints Chiefs. What did we learn? We'll talk about it Monday, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 11:30 The Tiger.
Group A. Blake Grupe hits a game-winning kick and then tweets after the game. Step 1, get questioned walking onto the field pregame for not having credentials. Step 2, hit a game winner. Step 3, get stopped by security thinking I was a fan when trying to walk out the player exit. Stay humble, thankful, great team win. He is very tiny. Like even, kickers are even tiny, or tiny could maybe compared to like other giants of the NFL, but generally they don't look like so out of place. I did think that Grupe is very, very tiny. Not as tiny as Deuce Vaughn, who I continue to love and everybody's loves and excited for, but still tiny nonetheless. What a day. Both coming in, coming out, security questions you, and in between, you are the guy that literally hits the game-winning field goal to win for all of the degenerate preseason gamblers. Let's see. Are there any other big takeaways here? Brett says, biggest struggle yesterday was trying to get my 7-year-old son to root against Mahomes. Kids love that freaking dude. Did you end up going to the game on Sunday?
No, because we were going to. We went into his room. We're like, hey, what do you think? You want to go? And this is Sunday morning. And he's like, how much Mahomes going to play? And I was like, I think he's actually going to play. He's like, oh, he's going to play. I was like, yeah, I think like first series. First series.
Yeah.
What? So it is his year to go to a Chiefs game, a regular season game. Yeah, so he's like, I think I'll save it for that. So
Nice.
I think they play the Chargers at the end of October, and that's the one that he wants to go to.
Oh, wow. Just so he can talk crap to his older brother.
Probably, yes.
Well,
Both older brothers, yeah. Because Knox was Broncos because that's what he remembers. But then Russ kind of weirded him out, and now he's Chargers.
So he bailed off of the Broncos?
Yeah, he couldn't.
He
was not feeling dangerous.
We'll talk a little Broncos later as Sean Payton and the beef continues to grow between the Jets and Sean Payton. If you saw what Garrett Wilson was doing his sideline interview wearing. Now it's a bit of it's a bit conspiratorial, but as you'll see, it's probably correct. Chris Clavin says, I went to the game and took the Saints -1.5 just for the hell of it before it started. I was pumped when Phillips got the pick, and I've never been more excited to win a preseason game. See, there you go. Some of the fun of gambling coming to the fore. Okay, my huge overreaction takeaways from game number 1. Y'all tell me if you agree or don't. Number 1, Derek Carr is a true franchise quarterback.
Oh,
I think that's true.
Yeah. I agree with that.
We know who we're talking about.
I mean, he has many franchise records with the Raiders. No one's saying he's the greatest, but he's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Mario. I don't think he is in the top 10 of quarterbacks in the NFL, but he has certainly played long enough, established himself enough where, yeah. I can call him a franchise quarterback.
But like, would you give Jameis that? And he has plenty of franchise stuff with the Bucs, right?
Does
but you
he?
wouldn't give Jameis that.
Yeah, no.
Like the passing yards and stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And interceptions in a season,
Yeah,
too.
he definitely has that.
Just have that.
I love
well,
Jameis.
I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, some of
I
those
love
creamsicle butt
J-Mo too.
teams
I love
were
J-Mo
bad.
Dimes as well. I just wanted to prove that, like, the franchise quarterback bar is not, it's not the easiest.
Yeah, but if you have him with the Raiders, that's franchise.
There's something.
I hate saying anything nice about him. This isn't nice. You've just been a franchise for a long time.
There's something to be said being there 9 years, making 4 Pro Bowls, making 2 playoff appearances,
Go,
which
baby.
doesn't sound like a lot, but with the Raiders the last 20 years is pretty decent.
Top
He
5
took them and
quarterback.
he won that playoff game after their coach got fired midseason. I mean, he led that team to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Rich Bisaccia led that team.
Well,
and Derek Carr did.
yeah.
They
like,
should, but then they should have never
Nah,
fired.
but-
I'm glad they fired. I'm glad they hired McDaniel because it led Derek Carr to New Orleans, but should never fire Bisaccia.
And there's a world where, he takes advantage of the change of scenery and he plays better in New Orleans than he did with the Raiders. And
Top 5
yesterday-
quarterback in the NFC. True or
Yes.
false?
Yes. And yesterday was a good start to
NFC,
that.
yeah. I mean, because the NFC,
Hell yeah.
you start looking around there, and it's
Hell yeah. All right. Takeaway number 2. Trevor Penning, legit starting tackle. I'm not saying anything crazy here. I'm not saying he's going to be all pro or Pro Bowl, but I don't think he's going to look out of place. I'm giving him legit starting tackle.
the NFC's got some bad quarterbacks. So look at it. Yeah, Trevor Penning can be your left tackle if healthy. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Looked really good considering when that Liz Frank happened. Alvin Kamara is going to be back to old school Alvin Kamara here. I'm talking 70 catches, 1,000 yards on the ground, and I don't know, like 500 to 600 to the air, bunch of touchdowns. I'm talking like old school. Maybe not like record-setting Alvin Kamara, but far better in the last couple of years.
That's up to Pete Carmichael.
Wait, you talking stat-wise?
I guess
Because if you're saying stat-wise, I'm going to say no.
Well,
I think
because
Jamal Williams has a role, yeah.
I think it's more impact, that they'll utilize him better certain situations. They threw a screen pass to him yesterday, which is exciting. They didn't do that much last year.
Which is
so
crazy.
I would
That's
say
like
yes.
where he's awesome. And Eric McCoy was fantastic leading that down the field. And if you watch on that play, the reason why I feel like he's back to his old self, he had that kind of steady cam body control back and that explosion back where when guys hit him, it looks like he should fall or get off balance, but his upper body never moves, just his lower body. And then he just and then he just stays on his feet. It's wild. Also, that probably felt like, okay, is this true? Was that the best offensive football you've seen from the Saints since that Green Bay game 2 years ago? I mean, something like the fourth quarter of the Falcons maybe jumps to mind, but that was
talk about that game a lot.
Exactly. That's because it has been a crap 2 years for offense.
It has.
It was the high point of last year.
Like we went,
that one quarter.
Saints fans went from experiencing the literal, arguably the best offense of all time for around 15 years, one of, to then kind of sucking the last couple of years on the whole. True or false? Best offense since the Green Bay game.
They've had some good preseason games here and there last year and before.
God, offensively, like last year against Arizona, they were really, really good, but the defense was awful. What was it? It's like 41-35 or something like that last year. The offense put up a ton of yards, but it looked, I'll say this, it looked more like the old Saints offense as far as the philosophy of the offense and the scheme of the offense than it did at any point last year.
New, slimmer defensive line is going to be much more threatening. How about it? You saw him on the 4th and 1 stop. Brian Brzee, the big boy, Baby Huey getting in there. Cam Jordan flipping up. Kalen Saunders doing the worm. That was a big belly worm that he pulled too.
I love a good big belly worm.
Yeah, I do too, dude.
Big fellas need to do the worm. That's a safe space for them.
Big worm. Call him. Just put his Photoshop Kalen Saunders onto Big Worm's face.
Yeah,
Friday.
Saunders and Brzee both looked good. I thought.
Even though I have no idea what Saunders looks like, so I don't know if that joke would land with anybody.
Foskey continues to struggle.
Yes, that would be one of the negative takeaways. But I'm not counting Foskey in this. Whatever. Like, I hope he does good. I hope Peyton Turner does good. But still, the D-line looked pretty solid. Saints have the best 1-2 punch at quarterback in the entire NFL. Show me a backup with as much experience and talent as J-Mo Dimes.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Chad Henne ain't here. He ain't coming to the door anymore. He retired.
I mean, Andy Dalton, but that's not a conversation we're going to have again.
But who's the starter?
Bryce, number one pick.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like there's one like a blinking obvious.
There's got to be. That actually probably is one. I didn't put any thought into this.
Jets got Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson, unproven Zach Wilson. I feel like there's one that we're missing, but sure, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, Trey Lance played pretty well. Man, I don't know, maybe him.
No. Did you stat or did you watch?
Stat.
Okay, yeah, the touchdown bounced off a Raiders chest and hands and then went into a 49er.
Hey, also, he
actually played pretty bad.
Yeah, his pocket presence is bad. He got sacked 4 times and should have been 5.
I saw sacked 4 times.
Yeah, he was back there catching and failing out of the pocket.
And then A.T. Perry make the team. We already covered that. You believe that he will, Jake. And then look, the biggest thing here is our no injuries, right? That's what you always want, and no major at least, and that's what you got. Oh yeah, Jimmy Graham had a catch too. I forgot about that. Hell yeah, dude! Everybody catching the ball. Also, I'd say something that's a bit underrated. Joel Myers calling Saints games every preseason. I remember, and I'm like, oh, look at Joel. There he is. I missed that voice. So there it is. Your week 1 takeaways. Like I said, okay. In all seriousness, maybe not Super Bowl, but you gotta be leaving this game feeling better than ever about being the pick to win the NFC South. And I know it's first preseason game, and you got a young quarterback like Bryce, so he's going to have the chance to improve and whatnot. But Saints felt like a legitimate playoff team when the starters were in there, and we'll see where it goes.
I know Baker was 8 of 9, 63 yards and a tud.
Oh man, look at that! Yeah, in 4 series. What do you get? We get 1 throw a series? Get the hell out of here!
Well, it'd actually be 2 throws, basically.
Yeah, but it was basically 1. I mean, look at Derek Carr. What, 12 plays, 80 yards? What does he finish on the drive? 6 of 8 for 70 and a touchdown? Choo! God, that feels good. 5 different receivers touch the ball. Are you kidding me, boys? Car time.
Yeah, you should be excited if you're a Saints fan how Game 1 went, because some of the questions that you had, you at least now kind of know that there's an answer if they continue with the same progress.
Wait, what?
I think everything that
we got distracted by Hunt Palmer in the chat. So.
Everything that we question, and we're still going to have questions because it's the preseason, but still, like everything you had a question about looked like it was heading in the right direction in Game 1.
Very fair. A very fair and level-headed assessment.
Carr, Kamara, offensive line, defensive tackle, some of the linebackers, some of the positions that you have questions about, well, they look like they're heading in the right direction. Now you got to make it through 3 more preseason games and get to the opener, but everything that we question, so far so good.
Well, actually, funnily now, you only have you only have 2 more preseason games, right?
Yeah.
Getting old, Bo.
That's true, yeah.
Getting old.
Week 2, I think they're going to play the starters like decent amount, and then week 3 will be like week 4 used to be.
That's what it is.
End of the roster, guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They don't have to go through the 4th preseason game, play 2 plays, sit there and freeze your butt off in San Francisco like some of us had to.
No, that sounds awful. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down to
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory. Then you add the spices, instant classic.
Order the spicy chicken biscuit on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
O'Reilly Auto Parts Loaner Tool Program offers more than 80 specialty tools. Refundable deposit required. Stop by O'Reilly today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
After further review with Matt Moscona, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
121-12674. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Charles Hager, join us for the Monday edition of Live at Lunch. We're at Big Mike's in Denham Springs. NFL preseason weekend plus LSU and the Saints back in camp. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. weekdays, 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Greg Amonte, T-Bob Blinken. They held the gun to your head for Sports Talk Guys segment. No. I want to talk preseason. That was fun. We probably wouldn't have been talking about it much if they'd gone out and sucked. But I thought that was very fun to celebrate, and it just felt a bit like dipping your toe in the water. Like, a little Sunday, noon, or whenever it started. I was pretty unaware of time at the lake this weekend, but Sunday, chilling, throw it on the TV. It was a good feeling, man. It was a good feeling for sure. Patrick Vines, my takeaway was don't jinx us. Send a text celebrating the Lat Adebo-Taylor combo, how good the secondary how good is the secondary were Roby and PJ reserves, and then Taylor and Adebo whiff on the red zone play. Don't worry, Patrick. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say I'm going to absolve you of your guilt. Okay, I don't think that text actually did it. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think you're okay, dude. I don't think you affected them. Did anybody else have any league-wide preseason takeaways? I didn't watch a ton of it. I was surprised to learn that Sam Darnold played for the Niners. That happened last year? I'd forgotten that. That happened in the middle of last year, right?
No, he signed in the offseason.
He signed in the offseason. So Justin Tucker had a 60-yard field goal. So old Tuck still got it. Anything else? Jake, how did your teams do?
Chargers beat the Rams.
How did Herbert do? Did he play?
No, but it was a rematch.
Couldn't it be my quarterback?
It was a rematch. You'll take Carr over Herbert?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You see those guns we showed the other day, dude?
Okay. It was a rematch of Max Duggan and Stetson Bennett in SoFi.
Oh, no way. What?
Although Stetson played basically the entire game and Max only came in and threw 3 passes.
So did Stetson live up to the camp hype that's been
he
swirling around him?
He was 17 of 29, 191 yards, 1 touchdown.
Dude. Okay.
He did get sacked 3 times. Quarterback rating of 89. Now, Easton Stick, the Chargers quarterback, played better than he did, but Stetson still played well.
Dude, I love Stetson doing well because it has to mess with Georgia fans' heads. Because this entire, for 3 years, they convinced themselves they were winning in spite of him, not because of him. And you saw the numbers in the biggest games, the numbers against ranked teams. He was always at his best in those biggest games. And they just think they're going to get that out of Carson Beck. I mean, Carson Beck can lead a team, sure, I'm guessing, where it's like you're beating the team like 40-0. But what's he going to do when nuts on the line? Like, we know what Stetson's going to do. So the better Stetson does, the more insecure Georgia fans become.
I had a former Georgia quarterback tell me on Friday he thinks that Carson Beck is a Heisman
Yeah,
candidate.
I know. Couldn't have been my co-host on Snaps, the daily college football podcast that you should listen to. It's ridiculous. He's been pushing this all summer. And the problem is, we're talking about Aaron Murray here. The problem is it's statistically probably going to be the case because they're not going to play anybody. And so he's going to throw for 1 million yards and 1 million touchdowns, but we're not actually going to know like how good those numbers actually are. But yeah.
Well, I don't know that
he put Carson Beck on the top 10 quarterback in the nation list.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Pathetic. Couldn't be my list. You should all listen to Snaps at youtube.com/@volume-snaps. What were you saying there, Jake?
I don't remember.
I think it said Nate. It said Nate.
Who's Nate?
Nathan. He used to sit where Taylor sat. Wow, you forgot about Nathan, dude?
I was never here with Nathan.
I mean, but still, you knew him. That's a friend. Jeez,
Not really.
Dude, you're a bad friend. I guess you didn't really
You
know
probably
Nathan.
interacted with Nathan like 3 times.
That's true.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
Okay, any other big takeaways? I guess we got to talk Cowboys here a little bit. Taylor, how'd them boys look?
I'm actually not mad that they lost the game. The 2 backup quarterbacks, Cooper Rush and Will Greer, they looked really good.
Will Greer,
Yeah, West
I hadn't
Virginia's
thought about that
finest, bro.
name.
Yeah, he threw a pick, but he
after Florida.
Yeah.
He threw a pick,
Yeah,
but he went
Florida.
22 of 30, 199, 2 touchdowns.
Okay, great.
Cooper Rush went 10 of 12 in the start. Deuce Vaughn continues to just...
Everybody loves him.
Hey, dude, he had a 30-yard kick return. He had 8 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown. Caught a pass out of the backfield. Loving what I'm seeing from Deuce Vaughn. So, yeah, they lost, and the defense didn't look that great. But a lot of their starters weren't playing, but the offense actually looked pretty good considering that a lot of those, fringe starters were out there. John Stevens Jr., undrafted free agent tight end. He's going to make this
From
team.
UL?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's going to make this team. He
That's
had 5 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. He's
shout
gotten
out.
a lot of camp hype.
Well,
he's going to make this team.
He's a 3-1 grader.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
wondering why you knew him randomly.
Logan Sport, I believe.
I will say, like, Deuce Vaughn, watching him just, like, run around like a little hobbit out there is so inherently likable that I like him. And I'm not, I was raised, there was only one team ever in my life I was raised to hate everything about, and it was the Cowboys. So,
yeah, mine too.
Shout out Deuce Vaughn for just somehow overcoming even, like, Pavlonian mental training and making them likable. Although,
that might be a good segment one day. Like, who were you raised to hate?
Yeah. I mean, it was them.
The Cowboys and then the 49ers because the Saints were in the West.
Yeah.
When I was growing up,
That's
that
fair.
was another.
Even then, though, I felt like my old man had a begrudging respect for the Niners, and probably because I think they only beat him like once, right?
Yeah.
The Saints did. So I think he never talked crap about that. He used to, be like, man, they were really good. It's frustrating, but no, I mean, that man just used to clown the Cowboys. But then again, I think he like almost always beat them, so that's probably why.
That helps.
Yeah, exactly. But the Cowboys were featured in my favorite player of the weekend, maybe one of the best football plays I've ever seen. Hit the tape here, boys. This is Jags quarterback Nathan Rourke.
Rourke swarmed, stays on his feet somehow, will have a chance to get it away, and he completes it for a touchdown. Olesen worked free, but Rourke did the magician work.
touchdown.
Lanta, you talk about creating a resume in the preseason. Well, here you go, Rourke. This is your opportunity. He sits back here. The offensive line absolutely gets destroyed. Shakes one man, two man, 3, 4. Keeps his eyes down the field. Finds his receiver down the end. Boom, that's a touchdown. Great job by the converted quarterback / receiver. Back to quarterback, Kyle? Not really sure what's going on, but either way, he's back there making plays and causing a lot of issues for Dan Quinn and his defense.
That play, and he talks about keeping his eyes downfield. Sure, yes. And but the ability with a man hanging off of to flip and set your hips and then deliver that throw, that was strong. Also, I've watched that clip so many times. I never caught the wide receiver quarterback.
Yeah.
So what, he's like Ryan Tannehill?
Sure.
A little Tanny 2.0 and Nathan Rourke?
I guess
that was a
so.
badass play. Congrats, Nathan.
Who was the analyst on that?
Is that RG3?
I don't know. It sounded like a voice that was it DJ Shockley? That's what it sounded like. I know it's not. He works in Atlanta.
For 11 Alive.
I know.
Atlanta,
He probably does Falcon stuff, but God, it sounded like him.
That was just a wild play. How badly do you think you're getting clowned if you're the guy draped on top of him when he set his hips and threw the ball?
It's kind of like
that's pretty weak.
Whenever your returner and the punter or kicker tackles you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kangaroo court fine.
That's like, did you ever play, I think Blitz 2000 introduced the on fire metric, where if you caught 3 balls in a row, you'd go on fire. And then afterwards, like the first person that tried to tackle you couldn't bring you down. They'd just be like dragging on your hips. That's basically what Nathan Rourke did to that guy. Cowboys, what a joke. When we get back, more OTB, big time recruit for LSU coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done, just like the black and gold did in the Super Bowl on Sunday. Gordon's going to get it done for you in the courtroom. 225-888-8888. Follow him at Get Gordon on all social media, where the content machine is pumping out of control right now. I mean, we're talking life advice, accident advice, sit-downs with your favorite athletes, giveaways, contests. Like right now, the Billboard contest, you can enter through August 31st. Design the next Gordon billboard. It's all there at Get Gordon on all social media. Get Gordon, get it done today.
Yeah, go to that website that T-Bob gave you, getgordon.com, and you can have a chat right now live on the website. Now, multiple ways to get in contact with them. You can follow them on social media as well. The handle always at Get Gordon, no matter which social media we're talking about. And then you already know what to do when it comes to calling Gordon, right? Area code in Louisiana, followed by the 8s, 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has $8,000 off MSRP, plus 1.9% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks, along with Bayou Ford's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at Front front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get him now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood.
Join me for a Monday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We're reacting to the Saints and Chiefs from the Dome, and Matt House meets with the media. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Boys hanging out today, T-Bob, Jake, Mario, and Taylor. Talking a little preseason football. There was some recruiting news over the weekend, as this is still obviously over a year out. But LSU getting their first ESPN 300 commit for the 2025 class, as once again they go to Duncanville High School in Texas. Remember, that's where both recruits, Colin Simmons, and that's who they didn't get. Who they ended up getting last week? I'm blanking. Recruiting guys.
Durham.
What?
They got running back Caden Durham from Duncanville.
Yes. So that's where about those guys go. I guess they've also been recruiting 2025 5-star DeCorian Moore, who ranks very highly right now, 10th overall in the country, second-weight wide receiver. He'd be, if he ends up signing, he'd be the first since Terrace Marshall, the first 5-star since Terrace Marshall to do so in 2018. So it's been a minute. Again, look, I don't, let's not pretend like this is too real until it actually is, but still impressive that you could go into Texas at a time when Texas is so hot and get at least a commitment this early on from a guy who looks to be a top 10 player potentially in the entire country. Number one player in the state of Texas. You want to talk about flexing back? If you can get the number one player in the state of Texas to your school, okay, that's one way to do it. So I know all you recruiting guys will now spend the next year and a half biting your nails with your booty holes clenching about whether or not DeCorian Moore is going to end up in Baton Rouge. So good luck. Enjoy that journey. But,
yes.
Nice job by the recruiting department nonetheless.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is from him being from Texas.
Yes.
I think that is, as like, you get a 5-star talent, obviously, that's the obvious statement. But being from Texas, being the number one player in the state of Texas, just continue to just stack up receivers as well in this LSU roster. But to T-Bob's point, like, you got Texas coming into the SEC, right? You got A&M doing, big things on a recruiting trail, and you're able to go into their state and get a player like that. I mean, if you can hold on to him, again, like what T-Bob said, like, it's going to be a process. We're talking, you still got some time. You got to hold on, and as we know in recruiting, things can change. But, I mean, right now on the surface, looks like you got a nice little pipeline that you're kind of creating to that part of Texas, which is always nice.
We're getting a new AP Top 25 today. Do you know when it drops, Jake?
Usually those things are like right around lunch.
Damn. I was hoping to get it on this morning's show so we could do it. Wait. Oh, no, these are predictions for the AP Top 25. Get out of here. I don't want to read about predictions. Just give me what actually is going to be. Coming up next hour, look, we're going to do a little weekend winners, of course, as we always do. We still got Hold the Mayo coming on with some spread lines a bit later as well. You continue. Why is my chat is not working, so I apologize for that.
Did you see over the weekend, there was someone that tweeted out the promotion relegation, like if it was English soccer for college football, and some people that have no idea what it is, they're like, oh, this is a good idea. Like, this sounds like a great idea, but it really started to pick up. And look, it's something the show pony, Chris Childers and Newhouse will talk about all the time, but interesting graphic. Might be fun in the third hour to throw it up there and just kind of go over where some of these teams would be slotted.
The thing that I need to get me excited about something like that is just show me somebody smarter than me. Show me the economic pathway to ever getting schools to agree to do it, right? Like, the rewards have to be so great that a school like Vanderbilt, like that their dissent wouldn't matter, right? Like that everybody would still vote for it because even though everybody's technically at some risk, like the rewards are so great that the risk is worth it. It just feels like because they created that in the 90s, right? For the EPL when they created it. When was the EPL made?
In the 90s, but I don't know the promotion relegation was then.
I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. It just feels like something that was made like for pure excitement and not even really considering. Well, it just feels like something would happen nowadays. We'll see. Hour number 2 coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to DraftKings, the DraftKings Sportsbook app. You want to gamble today? Do a little preseason gambling? DraftKings.com is for you. Jake, what did you get into on DraftKings this weekend?
First weekend of soccer. First weekend. By the way, promotion relegation, 1892. So spot on that one we were.
The 90s.
You're right. You did say the 90s. Yeah, I mean, you had EPL, you had championship, you had every major league that, kind of get started over the weekend.
Yeah, so if you want to play on DraftKings, now is the time to do so. Remember, you bet $5 on anything, you get $150 in bonus bets using the promo code Baton Rouge. Promo code Baton Rouge when you sign up. Must be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Select pairs only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility, deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/baseball terms. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537. More to be next.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walk.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green. This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, you can lease a new Toyota 4Runner for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new Toyota 4Runner for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before in a 2023 Infiniti QX50 at your local Infiniti retailer.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Monday, August 14th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners coming up next, and Hold the Mayo joins the show at 9:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel, and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Boys, taking it out today. Hour number 2 means Weekend Winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We gotta keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
Win the whole thing.
All right, my first Weekend Winner goes to Damar Hamlin. We all know what happened to Damar Hamlin last year. Of course, the very scary moment in which he gets hit at that exact wrong time in between heartbeats, heart stops, comes back. I can't imagine how kind of scary it is. I mean, I'm coming back from any injury, you can feel a bit unsure at first, but to have something like that happen and come back and play football had to be crazy. In his return, he's in on a 4th down stop. But the point is, Damar Hamlin back out there in an NFL uniform playing NFL football once again. Massive Weekend Winner for Hamlin.
Yeah, obviously not thinking he would ever play football again. Certainly not in the next preseason after what happened. So, yeah, I mean, that's a Weekend Winner for everybody, and it should be. My first Weekend Winner, how about this tweet from Chris Lowe of ESPN? We know Bobby Carpenter is a professor of finance at The Ohio State, but the sheriff is now a professor. Peyton Manning is joining the UT Knoxville faculty during the fall 2023 term to help teach classes as alma mater in the College of Communication and Information. The Hall of Fame quarterback is one of the most beloved figures in Vol history, and now he returns to campus in Knoxville.
Oh, yeah. So
How about that?
in communications?
Yeah, the sheriff teaching a class.
Omaha Productions.
It's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, Peyton Manning your professor? I'd say so.
Yeah. He's one of those alums that doesn't matter how old you are, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Why isn't T. Martin teaching a class? Where's T. Martin coaching now? Boys, what you got? Weekend Winners.
My first Weekend Winner is Justin Fields. He had a good game for the Bears the other day. 3 for 3, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I think DJ Moore is going to be really good for Chicago. I think that's kind of an underrated acquisition. He had 1 touch. It was a 62-yard touchdown. So my Weekend Winner, I guess, would be Justin Fields and DJ Moore.
All right. T. Martin is the Ravens quarterbacks coach.
There you go.
Ravens quarterback coach.
Just got it this year. Last 2 years, he's been the Ravens wide receivers coach. and he must have gotten tight with Lamar Jackson, and now they bumped him on over. Taylor, what you got? Weekend winners.
Yeah, I'll go this one a little bit later. Wasn't going to throw this in here, but people in the chat have inspired me. Deuce Vaughn, weekend winner. We talked about him earlier. Just continues to make waves, and I'm excited to see what he can do in Cowboy blue.
You excited to see what he can deuce?
Yeah.
I got mad. Like, people are like, oh, look at him just hiding behind the offensive line. I'm like, well, are you kidding me? No, he was making people miss in open space where it was two of them, one of him, and nobody in front of him.
He broke a lot of tackles, too.
There was no like, oh, it's because he's hiding behind the line. No, he was making people miss in open space, spin moves, jump cuts. He made two players run into each other.
Yeah, well, also, though, I mean, hiding between the lines, that's like kind of his greatest advantage is you can't see him, and then he just squirts out of a hole, and like the defender, and then, but you're saying they were using it, saying that he wasn't making anybody miss on his own.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy.
He had a hell of a game.
Sometimes, too, man, them small guys, one of the ironic parts about it now, I mean, I can't, all that weight falling on you got to be rough, but like, I know Warwick Dunn wasn't 5'5", but Warwick Dunn was a smaller guy. Nobody ever squared up Warwick Dunn.
Nobody ever squared up Sproles.
That's what I'm saying.
Never saw him squared up, really.
Not. I maybe saw Warwick Dunn get hit like one time for real. They just slip. They know how to do it, dude, and they're just hard to get to. Like, you can't get on their level. Two square them up. You're trying to tackle like standing up. It's weird. Shout out Deuce Vaughn. My next weekend winner, Taylor Swift. I saw a graph, highest grossing tours of all time. I think Elton John is maybe second on this list. There's been some recent ones. Rolling Stone's on there a couple times. Taylor Swift already, by far, has the highest grossing tour of all time. I think she's the only tour that's ever broken a billion. Guys, how far, Taylor, you would probably know, how far is your namesake in her tour?
I feel like she's been doing it for 2 years.
Isn't she like 3/4 of the way through or something?
Well, didn't she just extend? Like, she's coming to New Orleans next October, and that's like the extension of her tour. Plus, like, I don't know if it's like this everywhere she went, but like in Houston, she did Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, wow.
And then in Nashville, she did
grinding.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I saw a thing. It was like a graphic in California. She's out in L.A. She's doing 4 straight nights.
Bro, the tour has grossed $1.4 billion already. $1.4 billion to watch T Swift. Shout out. Swifty's a real one.
4 nights in SoFi sold out.
Jeez.
It's a massive stadium.
Yeah, she sold out NRG 3 different times.
I think
Legend
SoFi.
of the game, dude.
SoFi's. I mean, I don't even know. Like, that's to do a show like that 4 straight nights in one city. That's impressive. Weekend winner. I'm gonna go to a Charger. Now, here's what I'm going to do it, though. Darius Davis, if you don't know that name, you should. St. Francisville, that's where he was born. Played for Westfell. Played at TCU. Was a really good player at TCU. I really enjoyed covering him at the Fiesta Bowl and the National Championship. My brother used to coach at Westfell, and so went up to him, struck up a conversation about that, and just a really, really good young man. The Chargers selected him in the 4th round, and here's what he did on Sunday against the Rams, or Saturday, maybe. Yeah, Saturday against the Rams. We don't need sound.
Look at this. Look at this move right there. Oh, that one, dude. To cut up, but then still have the speed to get outside.
81-yard punt return for a touchdown. Now, a 4th-round pick is going to make the team. It just is. But now you just confirmed that you're making the team. When you do this, when you have an 81-yard punt return touchdown, you're making the team. Right there, yeah, made old 44 just reach for air, and then you have, like T-Bob said, the speed to be able to go the full distance. Man, great young man again from the area. Always going to root for that guy, but certainly going to root for him when he's wearing the Bolt.
Yeah, man, hell yeah. Who's it? Derek Davis?
Darius Davis.
Darius Davis. Shout out Darius Davis.
He was the Big 12 Special Teams Player of the Year last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you boys?
I got one more weekend loser. Could be a positive development if you're a Saints fan. Weekend loser, Panthers O-line. They weren't very good, at least the starting unit. Bryce Young was out there for 10 plays, and he got hit on 2 of his first 3 snaps, and then he got sacked on his 10th and final snap. And after the game, veteran tackle Cam Irving of the Panthers said, quote, "This blank was not good enough, top to bottom, no matter if it's preseason, regular season. The blank was not good enough. Any level, any position, myself included, especially my blanking self."
Yeah, it's something that Bryce Young's got to be kind of used to. I mean, even though he always should have had good O-lines at Alabama the last couple of years, it felt like he was on the run more often. I mean, really, there's no point to go back and watch it, but if you do go back and watch that Texas-Alabama game last year, Texas was whooping Alabama's ass up front. So the only problem for Bryce is if that happens too much in the NFL, then, can his body hold up? That's the big question with him on this level. Taylor, what you got?
A potential weekend winner, Jim Harbaugh. Negotiations between Michigan and the NCAA, they've kind of halted. They did not approve his 4-game suspension, so now everything's kind of up in the air, and there's a chance he doesn't get suspended at all.
Yeah, I know. I would title this Michigan finally finding their nuts. I mean, who kowtows to the NCAA anymore? And they were going to sit here and granted, it was, felt like maybe a heady play, suspending him for 4 games. It didn't matter at all. But, come on. You don't actually have to listen to the NCAA. If you live through the Will Wade saga, you learn that. My next weekend winner, Garrett Wilson. Click that Garrett Wilson link in the winners here, and because did you hear Sean Payton the other day, Jake, talking about his rules for the team?
Yes.
Saying, look, I don't want no sunglasses, no Gilligan hats, which are bucket hats, but he calls them Gilligan hats, which is kind of funny. No interviews during the game, and uniforms off after you're done playing. Okay, these are the rules. We're on a tight ship. Well, what does Garrett Wilson do when he has his first preseason game interview? He has his jersey on, he has sunglasses on, he has a Gilligan hat, and he's doing an interview during the game. A 4-for-4 uber petty suck it Sean Payton parlay. And Garrett Wilson absolutely lands again because I'm mad at Sean. I hope the Jets murder the Broncos in week 5 when they play each other.
Does Sean seem like the old man raising his fist and shaking it really, really hard at the clouds right now?
A little bit these rules are a little extreme.
Yeah, he wasn't like that with the Saints, especially not towards the end.
Not eventually. He was at the beginning, though.
Yeah.
Remember, notorious at the beginning for but then, he started wearing J's at the end, and Emmanuel Sanders is like, I've never experienced a coach that's like this cool, blah, blah, blah. But
Who, Emmanuel Sanders? I hadn't thought about that name in a long time.
That's a good point, though. When he took over the 3-13 team for the Saints, he was a little more strenuous like
yeah,
this.
bro, the 06 training camp in Millsaps is like the stuff of legend for just being brutally hard.
I know he was mean and broke the code or whatever, but all the stuff he said about Nathaniel Hackett, he clearly thinks that's true. It was not handled well at all last year, so he's trying to change everything he can about that situation.
Yeah, I just love that Garrett Wilson, though, literally doing every single thing that Sean said no to. Look, one of them's going to be proven right. Sean said just wait. See, that's the crazy part. He didn't just talk crap about Hackett in Denver. He said, watch, you're going to see it in New York. He basically said New York's going to suck because of it as well. So we're going to see.
Yep.
We're going to see Sean. I think I'd back Rodgers over Wilson, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's an interesting move when Rodgers is the quarterback you're talking about.
Because at the end of the day, Rodgers has something that 1% of the world has in his arm talent.
You can spin it.
1%, and that might be high. It might be 0.5%. He has a talent that no one else really has.
Yeah, it's only him.
So that kind of gets him out of trouble. Yes.
So
and that can get you out of trouble because he's also smart with it. So he doesn't try to force it. He just can place the ball wherever he wants.
Well, it's him, Mahomes, and Carr. So it's 3 people on the entire planet that are able to do so. I'm just so lucky that the Saints have one of them.
There you go. Weekend winner. ESPN released their preseason All-American team, and there was one LSU Tiger on this list, and that is linebacker Harold Perkins Jr. He is the lone Tiger on the first team All-American preseason team from ESPN, but shout out to Harold Perkins Jr.
Did Jay Daniels find his way onto any of the teams? Maybe a third team?
They just put out the first team, so there wasn't, they haven't done the second,
Who's first in quarterback? Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Cowards.
You've got Caleb Williams at quarterback, Blake Quorum at running back, Quinshawn Judkins at running back, Marvin Harrison Jr. at receiver, Brock Bowers at tight end, and some of the, we can go on and on. A little surprised that maybe Will Campbell is going to find his way, but it's a big year for tackles. You got a couple of really big-time bookend first-round type guys. So
I just love that every D lineman that you talked about who's the hardest to go against, everybody's been saying Will Campbell consistently.
Yeah.
And then Taylor the other day said he does not look fat at all. What did he look like when you saw him, Jake?
Can I tell you? Yeah, like I was going to at some point today say this, and I hate it because this feels like such a preseason training camp thing to say. But Taylor, I don't know how much you got a chance to go out there last year, but there's some guys that completely changed their body,
Really?
and there's some physical specimens out there that
Jake Flint doing work.
I was like not surprised, but just when you go out there and you actually and I'm talking about like I didn't know Andre Salem was as big as he was, because you look at his listed weight. Like Omar Spates has kind of always been that guy, but some of the big boys look like they've been putting in some real work. Charles Turner looks better than he did a year ago.
We interviewed
he had
him
he had a body set for some improvement.
We interviewed him on Friday, and I mean, remember last year, everybody's like he's a little undersized. He said he's 305.
That's great. That's perfect. But you're saying 305, but you're saying he's heavier, but he's carrying it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want my center at 300. Like ideally, like 300 to 308 is.
What'd you play at?
That was my ideal center range. I mean, my first year starting at Woodbeck enough, played at 285. That was kind of funny going against Terrence Cody at 285. But
Because what was he?
Like 350. Giving up 70 pounds. But then, when I was playing guard, I got up to like 315, but 300 was the ideal. That's the sweet spot.
I'm trying to think. God, the freshman running back, Jackson. Like,
looks jacked.
Grown man.
Wow.
I'm like, at first you go out there and you're like, who is that? You start looking up you're like, oh yeah. I think is that not who you selected for the player to watch out for?
Yeah.
Kind of coming into training camp.
Hey, Taylor.
Yeah, Caleb Jackson looks like. I mean, he's listed 6'2", 225. I mean, he is every bit of it. And I saw a report. I don't remember where I saw it, that Noah Cain, I believe, laid a lick in short yardage. It was actually, if it's a play I'm thinking of, it's Caleb Jackson that did it. It wasn't Noah Cain. Caleb Jackson just struck some poor DB. Now, he later paid for it, because when you're a young guy, you get the oohs and the ahs, because it's happened to me too. Next couple plays, just watch out. But I mean, he is every bit of 225, and the running back room is stacked. I don't know where he fits into it, but he had a nice short yardage situation where he picked up the 1 yard and the DB ended up on his back.
What was the final score of the Ravens game, Mario?
It was a close one. Let me see. I got it right
20
here.
to 19, right?
Yes, something like that. 2019.
So that includes a 60-yard field goal to win that game. Well, my next weekend winner goes to the anonymous gambler who used one of those free bets. Okay, a $250 free bet, Jake. Put together a 12-leg parlay with 11 MLB games that ended in a Ravens money line. He got all 11 MLB games right and then won $93,000 when the Ravens won 20-19.
An 11-team MLB. You know how hard
that
MLB is one of the hardest.
It should be impossible.
MLB, because you just never know. You can have the best pitcher in the league have a bad day and give up 4 earned runs and 5. Baseball is so difficult to put a big-time parlay together. Wow.
Rays, Reds, Cubs, Red Sox, Braves, Brewers, Astros, Padres, Dodgers, Mariners, Rangers, Ravens. $250 free bet plus $37,000 payout. $93K when the Ravens, with a 60-yard field goal involved, $93,000. You think anybody's ever been sweating a preseason game as much as this dude was?
No. Well, yeah, you and I, you've been through the.
Well, if you're playing, yeah. If it's your
trying to make
livelihood,
the team.
Yes. Even then, though, $93K, dude, unreal.
I mean, honestly, though, if you're trying to make the team, that's like a $390,000.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I never really thought about that. Damn. Shout out that guy. All right, anything else? That'll do it. For edition of Weekend Winners and Losers. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
We started talking about them last week. We always love welcoming new members of the squad. I'm talking about Community Steel, okay? Your steel fab shop right here in Louisiana. They're in Gonzales. They are local. They service local. They can do anything that you need if you're a business, you're a contractor, steel, like But even for personal use as well, you need steel products, they got your back. And you go to communitysteelco.com. The website is there. It's a great resource. They're actually coming out with a new one soon as well. But, Jake, give them the phone number because unlike a lot of the national guys you're going to deal with, the best part about Community Steel, we're talking a local, live, boots-on-the-ground sales team that works with you.
Yeah, we're talking local, Ascension, Baton Rouge, the river parishes, right? We're talking to you. We are talking people right here in this area. If you're listening to us in the Baton Rouge market, 225-647-2020. 225-647-2020. Always visit them online as well, communitysteelco.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Bayou Ford has $8,000 off MSRP, plus 1.9% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks, along with Bayou Ford's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Moscona invited to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. Tigers back on the practice field. We'll have a practice report, and we'll recap Saints Chiefs. What did we learn? We'll talk about it Monday, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. This is not to have any conversation we're about to have because we're about to talk about LSU football. But the other day we did mention GTA 5 being the most profitable piece of media ever made. You know, made for about $250 million. That's not going to include however many millions they've spent on like upkeep and everything. But I wanted to get that updated number for you all. The updated number from January, GTA 5 has now made $7.7 billion since it was released in 2013. And they expect it to eventually cross that $10 billion mark. That's wild, man. Speaking of LSU, though, it is camp time. And Saturday was a big-time practice. Both Taylor and Jake were out there doing the work. Boys, give me some camp takeaways. Lube me up and insert some Tiger knowledge inside of me.
Well,
you go first.
I mean, I don't know.
Feed me, Taylor.
That was so
Give
sexual.
it to me right now.
All right, which position you want to start
Give me
with,
the
T-Bone?
hardest hitting point you have.
Major Burns looks a lot bigger.
Hell
there were
yeah.
some drills the other day. They're kind of using him as a box safety more. There was a couple drills where he was even working with Harold Perkins and Omar Spates at blitzing off the edge type thing. And it's
Like what Greg Brooks was doing last year?
kind of, and it's probably because, like Hester mentioned during the break, Andre Sam looks so good at safety. I mean, Brooks is out right now, but when Brooks comes back, I mean, you're going to have a three-man rotation that you're going to feel comfortable with Burns, Brooks, and Andre Sam. So that lets you move around Major Burns a little bit more.
So Andre
And
Sam.
you needed desperately some safety help as well, like a veteran safety that is proven and played a lot of college football.
So Andre Sam, like the Joe Fouché of this year, thus far, former Louisiana kid, now had a much different path than Fouché did, having to grind his way up and earn everything. But again, like we've been talking about since we first heard Sam's story, that is one of those guys that has that next level motivation to kind of take the journey that he has and to continue to do everything he can for football.
It was cool to talk to some people around the program after practice because I was asking about it because it's the first time that I've been out there all training camp. And I'm like, hey, tell me about him. He looks great. And they're like, it means so much for him to be on this field in that uniform.
Yeah.
And like we know that, but he's from Iowa and obviously like found his way through a couple of schools to LSU. But it is always something we kind of forget about and we take for granted a little bit. Like growing up, probably always wanting to play for LSU, and then you got to go to a couple of different schools before you get there. And then once you get there, you're kind of a player. Like you're going to be involved in what they do defensively. And you can kind of roll your eyes at this, but that goes like a little extra for me. Like it means something
I think 1,000%.
a little extra for me because of where you're at and the opportunity that you have. And so he's somebody that is going to be crucial because you're looking for a veteran presence. And certainly like Brooks, like if he's out right now, like you're talking about him probably being the first one to trot out there. So yeah, him coming is going to be crucial to LSU.
All right, Jake, give me your hardest hitting takeaway. Feed me.
I mean, a couple of things that kind of stood out to me, the receiver depth, just time and time again, you look up and it's another player making another play. Like we know, obviously, Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas and Kyron Lacey, but Chris Hilton Jr. is somebody that he's flashed for me a couple times in the spring when I went to practice. He flashed again at this practice that I went to. He's got a great rapport with Garrett Nussmeier because that's who he's in there with a lot of the time, and they connected a couple of different times, and he's a player that might be the fastest on the football field. And so, like, I wonder what he can do for LSU, like where he can line up, how he can find his way into getting reps. Yes, into getting reps with the one offense, because I do think he is a real weapon just because he's got something that you can't coach, and that is just top-end speed. So he flashed for me. And then, again, the guy that I was most excited to see before training camp started, Aaron Anderson. He's different than the other receivers, which is good. It's a good thing. Like, he is someone, because LSU's got big receivers, big physical receivers. All the receivers that we're talking about, they are large humans. They have big bodies, okay? Well, Aaron Anderson is 5'8", 190. Like, he gives you a little bit something different. And there was a great play. It was a scramble drill. Nuss is getting the ball, and he's rolling to the right because I think he had something from the backside that forced him out of the pocket. And Aaron Anderson, scramble drill, what do you do? Well, you turn up, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's running an out route. Well, he turns up, and then the DB just flies because of his speed, and then he breaks it back down like on a comeback, and the DB just keeps going for like 6 yards because he can't stop on a dime like Anderson did. catches the ball for about an 18-yard
Wow,
gain.
so him and Nuss were on the same page, even though he turned up but then changed it into a comeback?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was nice, man. It was a really good play. And he flashes for you when you go out there. So, again, I don't know how he's going to be implemented into the offense. We know with the return game, that's what we've talked about a lot. But there is something there. It's not just camp hype, in my opinion. He is a special player, special talent. If you, kind of like we're talking about with the Saints, utilize his skill set to the best of the ability, I want to see what that kind of looks like.
What the battles between the lines look like, boys?
Well, more even. I think the defense had a lot of push, but I mean, the offensive line held their own. They're going against one of the best defensive lines, hopefully, in college football. But
Certainly
the O-line's
the
got
interior.
more depth than I thought they would. They're probably 8 deep right now.
What about the edge? Anybody? How's that edge rotation looking thus far?
Trying to think who was in there.
I like Ovia Gofu.
He was
Big-
in there
yeah.
probably a majority of the time
Big
when I
number
was
2.
out there.
He's big, huh?
Swinson's out there a lot as well, but Ovia Gofu kind of seems like he's the guy right now.
Gofu coming over from Texas.
They had
Swinson
number
coming over from
changes, and so
Oregon.
so Ovi wore 13 in the spring, I believe, and
17.
now 17. Is that what it was in
17
spring? I know it was
spring.
a teen number.
He's 2.
Well, now he's 2, and so I'm like,
Swinson's 13.
I'm like the old guy out there, like, hey, can I get a number chart out here? Because
You get Dan Marino rushing the passer?
whoa.
No, I'm saying he's
That's
wearing
what I wore.
13?
That's what I wore in high school, sir.
Playing nose?
Playing everything.
You know what I'm saying,
Nose,
when you were playing
backer,
nose?
running back. Yes.
You were 13 playing
Yes.
defense?
Yes.
Does that not offend anyone else?
13 playing defense or playing edge?
No, just 13 playing defense anywhere.
Oh, man.
No.
Ron
What?
Brooks,
Yeah, Ron
Dwayne
Brooks.
Oh, I
Thomas.
forgot about Ron. That's
Immediately
right.
comes
those
out of
Ron
guys.
Brooks.
Corey Webster.
Yeah,
Ron-
see,
Ron's
wore
guys-
13,
Ron's
bro.
an 07 legend. That's true. That's
No,
on me.
these
I
guys-
apologize. Still, well, okay, fine. Then let's zoom in on the D line then.
Dude, we're
okay.
at 53
13,
over here.
13 on the edge is bad.
It's weird.
Yeah, 53 is about to go through a
But, I mean,
cultural renaissance. Since
finally.
Lance Hurd. Let's go, dude.
Since the number changes, it's not as weird. Like Caleb Vaughn wore 18, Ojulari wore 18. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I don't like any of it really.
Yeah.
Ali Gay wore 11 last year.
Actually, Ali always looked good in the 11s because
Well,
he's so tall.
I'm
and
pretty
then
sure he'd look
11's
good
a tall
in
number.
73, okay?
Yeah, but it's
My
'cause
God.
it gave him 11 gave him added verticality. 13 feels
Verticality.
odd. Shout
Okay.
out Corey Webster. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, that felt real disrespectful.
I actually that was one of my favorite videos I saw over the week. It was Corey talking to the DBs, kind of tell them what they need to hear.
He's
a little bit.
kind of the godfather of DBU. I mean, I know there's ones before him. I don't want to be disrespectful, but like C-Web and TD, they were kind of the guys that made it like, okay, man, it's cool to play DB at LSU.
Yeah, and you won a natty, you won
All-American.
a Super
I think he was
Bowl,
a two-time
All-American.
All-American,
Yeah,
if
he
I'm not
was. He was
mistaken.
incredible. All right, when we get back, we're going to continue to talk Tigers. Keep it locked right here, OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu. You know, there's been a lot of fear about AI and jobs and everything else. Well, guess what? You want to secure your future. You want to get the training that you need to get the career that you desire, and you get it right here from the local and family-owned ITI Technical College. They've been doing it, y'all, for 50 years, and they love their students. They take care of their students. Small classroom sizes, beautiful facilities with scale models, 3D models, the exact things you're going to be working on. They'll set you up to help you with mock interviews for getting jobs, set you up with internships, pathways to getting those careers. Look, change your life for the better. Invest in yourself. Go check out ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu.
We cannot stress it enough. Go see them off Airline Highway. You'll be blown away with the campus. It is set up for success, and that is your success that it is set up for. So go see them today. You can always find them online, as T-Bob said, iticollege.edu.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before in a 2023 Infiniti QX50 at your local Infiniti retailer.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving.
Sandgren, join us for the Monday edition of Live at Lunch. We're at Big Mike's in Denham Springs. NFL preseason weekend plus LSU and the Saints back in camp. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Some restaurant talk here. Don't mention whatever restaurant is being talked about because I don't want to. Whatever, I just don't. But Mar, you say that you had a steak that was slightly overcooked, and then you got another one for free because of that.
Yeah, I didn't even.
It was what?
It was slightly overcooked.
It was overcooked.
Yeah, I asked for medium. It was more medium well.
So okay, so I mean, you're not wrong for doing so because you go to a restaurant, you pay, you want it, but like, what's that look like? Because I don't know that I could ever like. What do you tell the waiter?
Don't get it twisted. I didn't say anything. The waiter came around and said, "Hey, sir, your steak looks slightly undercooked."
Oh, okay, that's what's up then.
Yeah, and they took it back to the kitchen. It kind of took them 15 minutes to bring it back. And when he brought it back, he was like, "That took way too long. This is on the house."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a good night. Shout out to that waiter. Give him a nice tip.
Okay. So, that's cool. So I thought it was something where you brought it up, which I always like, what's the protocol there? Is that kind of awkward?
No, in that situation.
Good on the waiter for the situational awareness, dude. Head on a swivel, catching an overcooked steak just from glancing at all the tables you got. Like a job where your brain's already spinning.
There's not a lot of things
That's
I would
crazy.
send back, but if my steak is overcooked, y'all know me. I can't do it. I cannot
but you eat like steak tartare. It's basically just rare.
Yeah. So if it's like overcooked, like I am not about that life. No, we got to fix this.
Well, I wanted to play the Corey Webster sound, but Taylor says it has curse words in it. So
I'm checking.
Hopefully we can get it decursed or something. I mean, we used to, right?
Yeah, we did.
We can do that. I mean, all we gotta do
every time you
is
did it,
rip
Danny
the
would
audio.
hate
I mean,
you,
just
but-
rip the audio from it, and then we'll just cut out the curse words. You don't need video to play it. Like, it's just the audio that I care about anyway.
Yeah.
Avo says it's a damn good way. I agree, dude. That guy's going the extra mile.
I will say today, if you're into countdowns, is a big day to count down LSU football because it is 20 days away. And 20 is a number that obviously means a lot for LSU football. So 20 days away from LSU football. And we are, week 0 is going to be what, 12 days? 12 days away from week 0. So,
I mean, look, 2020, dude, who could forget? One of the best years ever in LSU history. 5-5, KJ Costello shattering all of our dreams.
Talking more about
2019.
Billy Cannon.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, the Heisman winner, the only Heisman winner for a very, very long time for the school. Has a statue in front of the stadium.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolute legend.
Yeah, played a Struma.
God, that KJ Costello game sucked.
God, I was in the press box for that one. It did suck.
That was a bad time. I was here doing the fan cave back in the day. Shout out to everybody who used to hang out at the fan cave. All right. Let's go. Let's get back on track here.
Do you know what the first game of the year is, T-Bob? The very first game of this college football season. Do you know what it is?
Is it not Navy Notre Dame?
Navy Notre Dame in
Ireland.
Dublin.
Remember? I thought we were going to get to go, and then, we didn't.
Wait,
okay,
what?
we got some Saints news. Yeah, I thought, they were sending, remember, we had this conversation last week. I thought they were going to send snaps, and they, it sounded like for sure, and then we just never heard anything about it again, which was highly disappointing.
I think, might as well put it, I don't really care. Like 99% sure that I'm getting to do a big show in front of the Texas-Oklahoma game in Dallas.
Oh, let's go,
I'm very excited for that one. Last one as
you
Big 12.
Cowboy hat?
They don't make them that big.
Yeah, they do.
Last one in the
Absolutely
Big
do.
12.
But you're for real? You're not going to wear a cowboy hat? You're going to be at the Texas State Fair? Oh, you got to have a cowboy hat on.
I'll wear one.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll wear
Make
one.
you a custom job.
I mean, I'll do a short sleeve pearl snap because it's too damn hot to wear a
That's
long sleeve
perfect.
pearl snap.
Yeah, that's great.
You know,
that's gonna be crazy, dude. That's gonna be very fun. I'll be interested to see how that compares to Army Navy from last year.
Ooh, that one's in Boston this year. Ooh.
Any other takeaways from the? Oh, okay. How did Jaden Daniels look? I mean, I gotta ask this. I know you may not want to lead with it, but I gotta ask this.
No, he looked great. I thought both quarterbacks looked really good. Taylor, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really remember seeing a situation where a ball wasn't put right on the money. I mean, it was consistent quarterback play from the time. So full disclosure, I was only there about 45 minutes. I think Taylor was there for the full hour and a half.
Nice.
Yeah. And I don't think there were any turnovers. Like Nuss had one, but it was a screen pass, bounced off the back's hands and straight up into the air. So I mean, you can't really fault him for that. But no,
just
I mean,
like
it was.
Cannon says, that should be an asterisk. But.
Yeah, it should be an error, like in baseball.
No, it was a clean practice. So like he said, we were talking during break. Half the time, you couldn't even really tell which one of them was at quarterback, just because they both looked so crisp.
Yeah, I think it was just consistent play, and so you weren't really maybe hyper focused on that position. You're more looking at the receiver and the end result and the DB play. So it was a very clean day for the quarterbacks.
No exaggeration. We're pretty blessed right now. If you just follow the conversation of today's show, between your favorite NFL team and your favorite college team, you got 4 solid guys there. Like you actually have starters that you believe in and backups that you believe in. That's it's a good time.
Well, you said our favorite NFL teams, and
I'm speaking in generalities to the audience,
Herbert.
not like
So
our
5,
in this
okay.
room. It's a symbolic R. It's
just throwing another quarterback in there.
Symbolic for everybody.
Now,
I mean,
how
but
Taylor feels about Dak, I don't really know, but
who's the backup? Who's the backup in the? Who's the backup for the Chargers?
They've got Easton Stick and they've got Max Duggan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we just talked about Duggan getting to play a little bit. Jake, I know you're gonna like this news. This comes from where'd my documente go? Oh no, did I exit out? No, here it is. This comes from Jordan Schultz of the Schultz Report. Source: former Chiefs running back Darrell Williams working out for the New Orleans Saints today. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be great. We were talking about it a little bit during the break. I think Dirty is somebody that fits what the Saints want to do offensively. Like, go back and look how they used him in Kansas City. He was in there a ton on third down, certainly can catch the ball out of the backfield. And if you're going to sign a veteran running back when AK's out for 3 games, and we'll see what Kendre Miller's injury is going to be, well, you don't want to sign a Jamal Williams clone. You want to sign somebody that does something a little bit different, and he did that in Kansas City. So this one, to me, would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Darrell Williams, one of those guys kind of always a bit unheralded, a bit under the radar, but all he's done is be really good and end up making the NFL. I believe has a Super Bowl ring as well.
Right, Kansas City?
Yeah, because wasn't he on Kansas City last year?
Yeah.
Well, no, he was Arizona.
19.
No, it would have been the first championship.
In 19,
if he was going to be
on
it. He would have been the first.
Yeah, because he wasn't on LSU, right?
My number says Florida State plus 2.5, Tulane -7, and Nebraska +7. 3-game parlay lock for the first weekend. Well, I mean, you're kind of playing to my emotions here because obviously Florida State plus 2.5. I don't like that, but I love Nebraska +7. So we'll see.
Yes, he is a Super Bowl champion.
Shout out Darrell Williams. Who knows, man? Hey, look, the LSU to Saints pipeline is so confirmed now post Sean Payton.
Yes, it's
All
Sean
Payton.
It is completely
fat,
him.
weed-smoking loser to get out of town.
Yeah.
So we could finally get some good LSU players.
Yeah. So in 2021, Darrell Williams had 558 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, but he also had 47 catches for 452 and averaged right at 10 yards per catch. That's a big number for a running back.
That's crazy.
So.
47 catches for 452?
Yeah.
Damn. All right. There
So, like, what we're talking about, like, that would be somebody different than Jamal Williams. So, you know, hopefully it works out. Last year with Arizona, he was injured, only played in 6 games. So, he had 21 carries for 102 yards, 4.9 yards per carry, and then only had, I believe, 4 catches. But, again, he played 6 games and was in a reserve role there for the Cardinals.
All right, when we get back, let's close out hour 2 of OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, you can lease a new Toyota Camry for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new Toyota Camry for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walk.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you.
Join me for a Monday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We're reacting to the Saints and Chiefs from the Dome, and Matt House meets with the media. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
On my tempo. Finally saw Whiplash on the plane the other day. Incredible movie. So it turns out Corey Webster does not curse Taylor.
He did. Mario edited it out.
Yeah, okay. Here is, like Jake said, arguably the godfather of DBU, talking to this new group of LSU defensive backs after practice.
This is Corey Webster. He's one of the godfathers of DBU. I asked him to come and observe you guys, so he's going to put y'all on game, tell y'all what he saw.
DBU wasn't built off of 5 stars and things like that. You had to drop that ego as soon as you came in the door. I wasn't that. I didn't even play the position for that long of a time. I started it my second year here. Y'all not that far off. It's just the little things that's not being able to happen right now because maybe you're not sure exactly what to do or you don't know exactly what the brother left to you, right? Are you doing? Don't be afraid. Don't be embarrassed to ask for a little help, right? Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help. If they don't want to help you, that's on them, right? Whether it's a coach or whether it's your peers, you understand that? But I think y'all there, man. Y'all just got to find that time to check in. Next thing, zero excuses. I hear little excuses going on, man. Everybody is hurting right now. Not just LSU, but all across the country, right? You need to hear nor there. Figure out if you're sore, if you're hurt, or if you're injured. Y'all got to identify that and not lie about it, right? If you're sore, you got to fight through that. You understand that? But don't be, condition yourself to look for an excuse, man. Man, this hurt, that hurt. We need you, because what happens is if you stop playing, then that put more reps on this guy and more reps on that guy, right? Mental reps. Use them. I don't see us taking advantage of those mental reps. All that walkthrough and stuff, that's the time to get your footwork right. Even when you're doing the punt return team, that's the same footwork. Kick slide, that's what you're working, coach. That's what it look like. But we're not doing that when, coach is not around, right? That's the integrity part of it, right? Take that with you, man. When y'all doing the walkthrough against those guys, as far as the guy that got the red caps on, the managers and stuff like that, treat that as a real rep. Don't be looking for him to brother-in-law you know what I mean? Yes, he's supposed to come and give you that work, right? Y'all are world-class athletes, right? So use that as a mental rep. That's a walkthrough period, but use it as a mental rep to do the little things, right? Attention to detail. And that's what separates you guys from, the bunch, you know what I mean? Whoever do the little extra. That's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary, right? That little extra in front of ordinary, right? So do the little things better than everybody else, man. I think you guys will be all right, but you're going to have to gel in together, make some sacrifice on your own time to get in that playbook and know it so you can play fast.
So there's actually, I think there's kind of a surprising amount of takeaways from that clip. First off, I like that he kept it pretty real with them, right?
Yeah.
Saying that, okay, look, y'all are okay. but like, no, there's ways to get better. I love hearing, y'all got to stop complaining, basically. You're tired. Everybody's tired. Like, get over it. The idea of taking those walkthroughs seriously, doing the little, like, a lot of it would go back to the attention detail, that the little things that Corey Webster's talking about. And the best part is when somebody like that is talking to you, you can't help but take them seriously. And if you're not, well, then you're never going to make it, because that's a guy who's a national champion, Super Bowl champion, like you said, 2-time. Didn't even start playing DB till his second year here, he said?
He was a receiver. He
That's
played
insane.
quarterback at St. James.
That's insane. And then he becomes... Are we not a minute? Is this not a minute too early?
Yeah,
Mario?
you're a minute too early.
Wow, my bad. False start on me. You're right. 5 yards.
So whatever. This is a man with these skins on the wall.
Yes.
I hope they take everything he said to heart.
Yeah, All-American, 2-time Super Bowl champion, national champion, played forever in the NFL. And those things that he's talking about, I was fortunate enough to be his teammate for 1 year. He did those things. Him and Travis Daniels, every single day, they did those things. Now, they were starting cornerbacks. They were for a long time. Both played a long time in the NFL, but they did those things to be great. They pushed themselves every single day. Like, they taught the young guys the way, and that's how you end up with a Shevis Jackson and a Jonathan Zenon having the careers that they had, because those young guys watched those guys work. Those two young guys watched them work every day, and then they ended up being national champions as well.
Did he always say I like that, or is that a Nick Saban influence?
Ooh, he played for coach for his whole career.
That eye rhythm felt very Saban-esque in how he was talking to them. Hour 2 in the books. Hour 3 spread lines coming up.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bone.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The importance of doing this Fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the Fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a Fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Monday, August 14th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. Coming up on OTBOT, Hold the Mayo joins the show at 9:15 for a new edition of Spread Lines. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Man, they're talking about cotton candy grapes in the chat. That sounds awful.
Oh.
That sounds so disgusting.
Yeah.
Like cotton candy vodka. Miss me.
Yeah.
With that BS. Yeah. Just doesn't feel natural. What, Mario?
The first thing you said sounded intriguing, honestly.
Cotton candy
and
grapes?
Yeah.
But why? It feels like a science experiment. The point is, grapes are good because they're fruit from the tree or the vine or whatever, and they're delicious.
Well, they're juicy, and you're
juicy and
basically
tasty.
adding like another layer of sweetness with the cotton candy. It could be
Yeah,
good.
well,
is
it
all I'm
seems
saying.
like too much. It's sweet on sweet. It's a weird fake flavor injected into the fruit. I
Well,
don't
it's
get
a
it.
different kind of sweet with the grape too. Like, is it?
Well, okay,
it's
and
sweet, but it
maybe-
doesn't go with cotton candy.
Maybe I'm being dumb. Maybe they just are kind of named cotton candy grapes because they've genetically engineered like super sweet grapes. That would make more sense. But if we're talking about actually like somehow flavoring them like cotton candy, I'm not into that at all.
No.
It's like cotton candy vodka. Awful. I did have some really good Baton Rouge tequila.
Baton Rouge?
Over the weekend, actually, though. I can't remember the name of it. Jake, what's going on, man? You
right.
you gave me a little teaser. I don't even know what we're about to talk about. You gave
No,
me a
it's
little
NFL.
teaser in the break.
Yeah, NFL quarterbacks. Okay, here's what I want to do. So ESPN, they asked all of their analysts, all right, top 10 traits by quarterbacks, and they had a trait, and they said, okay, this guy has the best of that trait in the NFL. So I want to go around the room. I want to give you the trait, and I want to see what the answers of you three
Okay,
would
yeah.
be.
Hit me.
All right, so here we go. 2023 quarterbacks, according to ESPN's NFL analyst. Make sure Taylor Mario's not cheating. All right, arm strength.
Derek Carr.
Who do we think that they said had the best arm strength of any quarterback in the NFL?
I mean, I'll just go Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer.
All right.
I'm gonna go Josh Allen.
Josh Allen 1, Pat Mahomes 2, Justin Herbert 3.
Nice job.
So score 1 for Taylor. All right. What about
I think I was looking at
the most accurate quarterback? Who do you think they said the most accurate quarterback is?
Patrick Mahomes.
All right.
Tua.
I'll go Aaron Rodgers.
1, Joe Burrow. 2, Aaron Rodgers. 3, Pat Mahomes. 4, Tua Tagovailoa.
I was thinking about going Rodgers. I should have gone Burrow.
All right, who has the best touch of any quarterback in the NFL?
This kind of feels like Burrow as well.
Okay.
I'll go Mahomes.
All right.
I'll go Rodgers.
Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes.
Okay,
All
there
right,
we go.
So 1, 2, and 3. What about the mechanics? The actual mechanics of playing quarterback. If you're watching clinic tape on how to do it, which quarterback?
Mechanics? I'm thinking of Dak.
It ain't Dak.
I'll tell you Dak's
no,
5th, so it's not Dak.
Okay, who would have the best mechanics? I'm going to go Burrow again.
Okay.
I'll say Josh Allen.
Okay. That actually, he has unorthodox mechanics, but okay.
That's a tough one. Yeah, I'm gonna go Burrow as well.
Joe Burrow,
Yeah.
number 1. Aaron Rodgers 2, Mahomes 3, Josh Allen tied for 7th. Mario.
Yeah, I mean, Burrow very famously worked with Jordan Palmer, who's become Carson Palmer's brother,
Yeah.
who's a bit of a quarterback whisperer. And he actually worked with Josh Allen as well, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
When they both took their big leaps.
Palmer also Run Pee, the app where you decide where you're going to go pee if you're watching a movie and you can't hold it. Field vision. Field vision sees things down the field, their awareness and recognizing coverages.
See, so, I mean, obviously Mahomes has insane down the field vision, but I feel like it's a bit more improvisational. I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is an experience thing too, so I'll go Rodgers as well.
All right.
I'm gonna go Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes 1, Joe Burrow 2, Aaron Rodgers 3. All right, let's continue on down the list. Decision making with the football. Who makes the best decisions with a ball in their hand, avoiding turnovers, protecting the football, and not taking unnecessary risk?
I mean, this should be Rodgers here.
Okay.
I'll go Mahomes.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Aaron Rodgers.
Finally.
All right. All right. Compete at the highest level and have the ultimate toughness.
This feels like Burrow.
I'm gonna go.
Wait. I'm going Mahomes.
Wait, let me answer first. I'll go Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
I'm going to go Josh Allen.
Mahomes, Allen, Burrow.
Okay, yeah, it
Mahomes,
was Mahomes.
Allen,
There we go.
Burrow. Pocket presence.
We got to give A-Rod this one. All right, but then Burrow, it kind of feels like Burrow.
Joe Burrow. He gets sacked a ton and still plays well.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, Burrow, Rodgers. Mahomes, Burrow,
Very
Rodgers.
clear top three
All right.
emerging here.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's kind of why I did it. Rushing ability. A little bit different here. Different answer.
It's going to be Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts because he's more effective, maybe.
Okay.
I'll say Lamar.
Okay.
It should be Jalen, but I feel like ESPN went Lamar, so
Yeah, I
I'll
feel
say
like
Lamar.
it should be Lamar, but people went Jalen just because.
Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Justin
ESPN
Fields.
loves them some Lamar. I
No,
would've went-
that's-
I think I would go Hurts too.
I would have went Hurts.
More
but-
design quarterback runs
Yeah.
you can do with him.
But I'm saying, but Lamar Jackson, it's just pure running ability.
No,
though.
he's fast, sure, but Jalen Hurts can outrun you. He can run around you. He can run through you because he's got that body.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have went Hurts.
Who's third on that running? Was it
Fields.
Josh Allen?
And Fields ran for 1,000 yards last year.
Oh, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Second, reaction ability. So first thing's not there. You got to make it up as you go.
I mean, Mahomes.
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
gotta
come
be
on.
right.
I mean, Mahomes,
Then Rodgers,
Allen,
probably?
Rodgers.
Okay, then Allen. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, let's see. All right, so that's it. And there is a very, very common theme in all of those answers, right? Mahomes, Burrow, Rodgers.
Yeah.
Mahomes, Burrow, Rodgers.
Yeah, with Allen kind of Allen's the OLI
sprinkled in.
He's outside looking in for sure. So then this feels like top 5 quarterbacks: Mahomes, Burrow, Rodgers, Allen, and then who kind of emerges 5th here?
It was like Herbert probably finished higher than Tua, but Herbert, Tua, and Hurts were kind of the answers that we're looking
Hurts?
for. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking of Justin Fields.
Fields, yeah.
I was like, what? Oh yeah, Hurts makes sense. Big year for one of those guys to separate from the others.
So-
to Hurts and
One of the things you're not going to like about this, T-Bob, and I'm continuing to check my work to make sure that I have it right. There's one quarterback that I don't see in any of the top 10s.
look, I can't help it if people are stupid. And as Shoebang in the chat points out, they don't have a best biceps category. Because if they did, we already know who'd take that one home. Our boy DC4.
Will Levis?
Let's go. DC4, baby. Will Levis.
No, I
sucks.
don't see no Derek Carr in any of the top 10. I thought he, there's some categories that I thought he would find his way into, but I mean, there's a pretty common theme of who these quarterbacks are in this list. I was surprised that Trevor Lawrence maybe didn't get a little bit more love.
So was this only the top 3 in each category?
No, that top 10.
Oh, each
yeah, they went 10. I
category.
just tried to save time.
Okay.
No Derek
I'll
Carr.
give you like pocket presence. It goes Mahomes, Burrow, Rodgers, Herbert, Allen, Hurts, Prescott, Tagovailoa, Lawrence, Jackson.
All right, dude. Sure.
I
Dak
agree with
over
you. Trevor
Carr.
Lawrence
Get the
should have
hell
been
outta here.
on some of those lists.
Get the hell out of here. Well, he was on that one for whatever it's worth.
Well, he's on all of these, T-Bob, but he's like 8, 9, 10.
Who, Trevor Lawrence? Or
Yes,
Dak? I
Trevor
don't
Lawrence.
care.
Now, Dak is usually in.
Okay, what about this? Do they have fourth quarter comebacks or game-winning drives? Because we both know who leads the NFL in those categories since 2017.
Here's the mechanics.
Derek Carr.
The mechanics one that we talked about, probably spent the most time on. It goes Burrow, Rodgers, Mahomes, Herbert, Prescott, Lawrence, Allen, Cousins, Tagovailoa, Stafford, Goff.
Stafford. Get Matt Stafford off any of my quarterbacks list. That dude, I know he has to keep playing because they paid him so much money, but like I feel like Matt Stafford post Super Bowl, it's just like his career basically ended with the Super Bowl.
He does have good throwing mechanics.
Good
though.
career.
Of things he still has left.
And
yes.
honestly,
He can
they're
launch it a mile.
They're big guys. They can throw the ball, but Allen and Herbert don't have that traditional motion either. I don't know if I would have put them on that list.
How about this, though? Arm strength. Burrow not in the top 10.
You ain't breaking down quarterback mechanics in that in depth. I mean, that's a great sounding take. But I think if I actually examine that take, I don't trust you at all as an arbiter of quarterback mechanics.
Lawrence is one of those bigger ones. He didn't bring that ball up. He kind of just slings it out there.
That's kind of mean.
I mean, that's what mechanics mean.
That's not mean,
That's
dude.
kind of mean.
I can't break down quarterback mechanics like that. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Josh Allen works with Jordan Palmer, goes from not being able to complete a pass in college to become one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. And you're going to tell me that you understand the mechanical? You're going to tell like how it all generates from the footwork and from his hips? Get the hell out of here.
Josh Allen did not come in the top 10 in accuracy.
I'm just saying that he just
Burrow, Rodgers, Mahomes, Tagovailoa, Herbert, Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, and Jalen Hurts.
No, I mean, am I wrong here? Do we trust Taylor as an arbiter of quarterback mechanics?
I mean, you don't have to. It doesn't make me any less right or wrong.
You're 100% right.
You don't have to.
You're 100% right. You're breaking it down now. I don't know. I just felt some JJ Redick energy there.
It was a really good sounding take. It sounded excellent.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to believe me. That's fine.
You know whose mechanics I don't like? Kellen Mond. He holds the ball like all the way up here. How about that?
There's a lot you shouldn't like about Kellen Mond.
A lot of those quarterbacks, remember like when we were playing, like they tell them to hold it up there by their ear, and now it's like more like basically by your hip.
I mean, that's kind of what. Look, I know you disagree on this point, but it is interesting that a lot of those Jimbo quarterbacks seem to have this motion right here. I mean, Kellen, who's old boy from pre-Wegman last year?
Max
Johnson.
Oh, no, he's talking about Hayes King.
Hayes King was like, I mean,
but when
he would hold it up all the way up
but
here.
He like pushed the ball. He was
okay. Look at never. You know, I take it back, dude. I take it back.
Haynes King was more of a runner in Longview High School than he was a true passer.
Yes. Yeah, that is true. I mean,
and so you try to make him a true passer, you probably like, hey, let's do the mechanics of this, and it's like then it looks awkward.
Mine Not Verin says they are not flavored nor genetically modified grapes. It's a certain kind of Concord grape from California that happens to have that flavor. Okay, that sounds great then. Actually, I'm into that. If it's a grape that just grows extra sweet, which it sounds like it is, that sounds cool. I would definitely be willing to try that. And I apologize for being a hater and coming out against. I think it's a horrible name. I think it's awful branding calling them cotton candy grapes, but because it feels fake. But I'll try some and report back.
Cotton candy grapes. I mean, cotton candy's okay. Grapes are great. Why not?
Cotton candy's all right. But again, they're not actually cotton. They're just sweeter grapes.
I know.
Which that sounds good.
Yeah, but if they're called that, they taste like that. There's a flavor of it.
I wonder. I mean, but then again, yeah, we'll see. I'll pick some up sometime today, maybe. Best ability to throw interceptions and not be blamed. Dak, says Shoebang.
Yeah, that's correct. He should be first and second on that list.
That guy was talking smack to Taylor earlier. Now he's trying to get back cool with Taylor. Hating on Dak.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, who, me?
Shoebang in the chat.
Yeah.
You're talking about me.
So on this list, and who put this list together, some people probably wondering, Matt Bowen, who played safety in the NFL for like 1,000 years, Tim Hasselback, Matt Miller, Dan Orlovsky, Jason Reed, Jordan Reed, Mike Tannenbaum, Seth Walder, and Phil Yates.
Chuck Bro, the excellent painter, says Dak winning 2 Super Bowls before he's retired. I said it here first, then with the shrug emoji. Chuck, look, I know you're an artist now, but it doesn't mean that you have to get into drugs. Okay? There's no need for that. Okay? Put the pipe down.
Let me ask you this.
Pick up the brush.
Let me ask you this. If you could trade quarterbacks with the Cowboys as the Saints right now, I don't care about contract, I don't care about age. I'm just saying, would you trade quarterbacks with the Cowboys right now?
We did this last year with Kirk Cousins, keep in mind.
Yeah, and how'd that go?
Exactly. Just saying, keep that in mind.
How'd that go?
But I was very clear that, like, I knew Kirk Cousins was a better quarterback, but I was still riding with J-Mo. Yes, absolutely.
Dak had a terrible season last year.
I like
He's
Jameis
been
Winston better than Kirk Cousins. I like Kirk more now, though.
Pretty solid.
I don't know either one of them.
About as accomplished as Carr. I mean, the farthest Carr's made it the wild card. The farthest Dak has made it is divisional.
I asked that.
Trading quarterbacks
I asked
right now,
that,
dude. Hell
and
no.
it wasn't rhetorical.
Hell
like
no.
I think it's I'm asking the conversation. I mean, Taylor, I'd love to hear your thoughts because you're a Cowboys fan, and Dak's getting paid like a top 10 quarterback, and he has top 10 moments. But, I think it's a question. I don't know.
I would
Hell
take,
no.
I would take Derek Carr.
Yes.
Would you? Okay.
Well, you
Because
can't be trusted.
all the
You're
things
too
we talked
close.
about. I don't care that he's not on any of these top 10 lists. He makes plays when the game matters. We talk about all these fourth quarter comebacks.
Yep.
Dak's biggest problem, when the moment's big, Dak kind of shrinks a little bit.
Yeah.
That's when he has his turnovers, is in the fourth quarter in those big playoff games. Carr's kind of been the opposite, so I'm taking Derek Carr.
He's going to get a chance to prove it, too. If everything that everybody's saying about the Saints' schedule is true, the division is weak, they're going to have a home game in the playoffs, and that's where Derek Carr can kind of show that he's the missing piece.
Saints should start 3-1.
I would take Carr for what it's worth.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think it's close. And I know
It is close. It
I
is
know I
close.
crap on Dak. A lot of that's just for fun. It's very close, but I would
This is
honestly
a
take
It's
big-
close
Carr
enough
over
where
him.
you could probably take either one. And
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
each
This is a
relative
big year for
same
Dak
point.
because now, okay, you have your head coach calling plays. Your head coach should know you better than anybody else knows you. And so if you don't have a big year, if you don't come up in those clutch moments, then it's like, okay, can you do it at all? Can you be consistent? Because, they made that move probably for him. Kellen Moore now is calling plays in Los Angeles. He's not in Dallas anymore, okay? So this is Mike McCarthy's offense. He should know what Dak can or can't do, and that's why it's such a big year for him and the franchise.
What in the old man horny is this? Arthur Mativi in the chat says, the only thing better than salsa, talking about dancing, I guess, the only thing better than salsa is salsa competitors dressed in two-piece bikinis. What? Who is watching bikini salsa competitions? There's a lot of stuff on the internet out there. I can tell you about some other things if you want to see everything that's out there for you. When we get back, let's do some spread lines. Our guy, hold the mail.
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down to
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you.
Experience luxury like never before in a 2023 Infiniti QX50 at your local Infiniti retailer.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that
Matt Moscona invited to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. Tigers back on the practice field. We'll have a practice report, and we'll recap Saints Chiefs. What did we learn? We'll talk about it Monday, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Maria, Maria, she remind me of a West Side Story, growing up in Spanish Harlem. She living the life just like a movie star. Maria, Maria.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Right now, it's time for some spread lines with our guy, Hold the Mayo. Dev, what's happening, bro?
Undefeated football team, baby. Let's go. What a way to start the week. Huh?
To the Super Bowl. How about it? How about it? Were you in the dome? Were you in the dome yesterday, Dev?
No, I don't go to preseason games, but you know that was a fun one. No, that was a fun one. The reason why I don't go is because usually after the first quarter or two, it gets really brutally boring.
Yeah.
But that was not the case yesterday. I thought it was a fun game, pretty much the whole game.
Biggest takeaway? Biggest takeaway and maybe the most exciting player that's new to the team.
That's new to the team. I'm not sure. My biggest takeaway though is the depth. I think the Saints have great depth other than obviously at running back. I think quarterback, that was tremendous. Receiver, I mean, look at A.T. Perry. So yeah, I guess new player, I'd say
A.T. Perry.
Yeah, A.T. Perry, just because I mean he just seems like he's just a gamer, bro. Like it don't matter what he's doing in practice. He's a gamer. Deep ball guy. Jameis confidently threw it to him. So I'd say A.T. Perry, but I mean, I'd say our depth in general was pretty impressive, bro.
Now, okay, Devo, I got a bit confused. You were talking about you were talking about the new food in the dome. So do you have people reporting back to you on the new food in the dome, or what's going on here?
Yeah, somebody tweeted out a picture of like 2 new additions, and man, one of them, I got to be honest with you, I'm pretty excited because it's one of the most underrated sandwiches in the history. It's the hot sausage on bun in the dome. Hot sausage, yeah. Patton's hot sausage on bun. We've been needed that, bro. And it just gives you another alternative rather than just eating like a hot dog or whatever, chicken tenders, the normal stuff.
I've never heard somebody say alternative. Hell yeah, dude. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, dude. So a little Patton patty. A little hot Patton patty for the palate.
Looked like it had a lot of bun on it, but that's what you get when you go eat it at the soup. You're gonna get a lot of bread and everything. So yeah, I mean, I saw somebody post a barbecue sandwich yesterday, bro. It was like $17. you could not see the barbecue. You couldn't even see it. It was just all bread.
$17 for a brioche bun.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Dev, what's the most? What do you think the most beers you've ever seen somebody drink in the dome is? What section of the dome do you think consumes the most beers? Especially considering that these are like $10 to $15 beers a piece.
Yeah, easy. And it's actually a long time ago. The most beer I've ever seen consumed and the wildest I've ever seen beer authentically marketed was when Hakeem dropped the ball in the Saints' first playoff win. I think this was 2000. And dude, people were so drunk. I'll never forget it. I was a kid. Like, people's beer was flying all over me and stuff. Like, my dad had to low key start getting like protective. It was, what a moment, dude. What a moment, man. I'll always say, man, I'll never take Aaron Brooks' slander serious because he was the first Saints quarterback to win a playoff game. And that moment was so special, bro.
Yep.
So were you in the 600s for that game? Do you remember where you were? That's where it goes down. The 600s are where, like, you're walking up the aisle and somebody just has a straight beer pyramid and you just do the math. You're like, that's like $200-something worth of beer right there, dude. But hey.
Yeah, both my nostrils were bleeding for sure. It was we were high up.
You're hitting your head on the top of the dome?
Yeah, but bro, the 600s are where the real ones are at, dude. That's where all the hugging, the high fiving, that's where everybody gets the rowdiest. The lower you get, the more highfalutin you get. Right?
That's where they put the opposing teams. So when you come and play in the Superdome, that's where they put your friends and family.
Is that normal in the NFL or no?
About split, about 50-50. Cowboys, same way, put you at the very top of their stadium. It's like, y'all can't find a better spot, like a little bit better spot. But, yeah, holding on to the rail pretty tight when you're walking up there in the 600.
Champ says you need to tie it off in the 600. If it was in a plant, it's legit dangerous. It's so steep.
It is, dude. I mean, it does not feel, dude. Look, I sat there not. No, bro. I mean, you literally sitting like this the whole entire game, bro. It feels like you're about to do a tumble set, all the way down the Superdome.
How about Keith Kirkwood? Yeah.
Dude, I gotta emphasize Keith Kirkwood here, bro, because he caught the first touchdown from Derek Carr. And he's just one of those guys, man. You can't get rid of him, bro. He's been here since 2018. Drew was throwing him the ball. Drew loved him. And he just, like, you didn't even hear about him last year until, like, the end of the year. You started seeing him pop up again, Like, it's so crazy, bro, because, like, you would have expected that touchdown to go to anybody. And then, boom, Keith Kirkwood again, bro, out of nowhere. Randy Orton, RKO, out of nowhere, Keith Kirkwood, bro.
You're right, though, because like when he caught it, I was like, all right, is that Thomas Olave? Is that going to be like maybe A.T. Perry snuck his way in there?
Well, I think Joel Myers said Mike Thomas was like, oh no, Keith Kirkwood. Like even Joel got
confused. I'd be lying if I'd be lying if I didn't tell you. I had to do a double take to make sure that was Keith Kirkwood that caught it.
When I saw number 18, I knew what was happening. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was the same way. I was like, who just cut? But then I saw 18, I was like, bro, Keith Kirkwood, bro.
Well, I mean, Dev, how about this? Tell me this doesn't remind you of Drew Brees. Here's the quote from Carr. Everybody's catching the ball. First place for Chris. Then we go to AK. Then we find Jawan. Then we find Mike. Everyone's touching, and then all of a sudden, Keith gets a touchdown. So everyone did the cardio, but Keith got the reward. Hope you guys understand that's just how we're going to have to play if we're going to do things we want to do, if we can do that and spread it out evenly. That feels very Drew-like. I mean, that whole first drive there, everybody touching the ball, but that quote really focusing on that, look, I will throw to wherever the read demands.
And it's also very Derek Carr-like, just from, like, the history of him playing. Like, he throws to a lot of no-name dudes. Keep in mind, one of those guys is on our squad right now, bro. Brian Edwards. Carr loved that guy. And when he was for the Raiders, bro, he was slinging a dude to rock. So Carl throw to anybody.
Is it Madden release week?
I don't know.
Yeah, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are you pumped?
Yeah, I'm very excited. They updated franchise a lot. They training camps back. You could do training camp. The combine, you could do the combine and stuff like that. No. I tried to rig my Xbox last night to put it to New Zealand time. Yeah. So where I could have it. it didn't work. So I think they caught on to it.
I wonder if like the ISP, like if your ISP address or something's like kicking in there to make that not work. I wonder why. Wait, so when you say training camp, Zach, you mean like the drills? You mean like the drills where you're like doing like, ooh, those were fun back in the day.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, shout out Eric Rayweather. He's got a YouTube channel. He's from Louisiana, and he goes over everything new in Madden like all week long.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah, dude. Shout out to you. One of the funniest things I saw over the weekend. This could be old. I have no idea why it suddenly popped up in my algorithm. But the video you made about going out with your white friends for the first time, in which you played one of the white friends, that video was incredible. I can't really offer any other content.
I haven't seen it yet.
When was that made? Very accurate.
Yeah, that was made last Thursday, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
One thing about me, bro, I can't hold on to no videos. I mean, it's hard for me to do it. I've always been that way. I got to put it out right away.
I wish you could play it here. I don't know. I can't remember if there's cursing in it or not, but it's very good. What is the best buffet experience?
Hey, real quick, I want to talk about raisins, dude.
Oh yeah, you did it. Okay, yeah, give it to me.
Well, first of all, can anybody spell raisin? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tough. Okay, go ahead, T-Bob.
R-A-I-S-I-N.
Okay, fair enough. I thought it was a little harder than that. But...
Yeah. I was sitting there thinking like,
no,
wait a minute. What?
Can you imagine being a raisin farmer, dude? Like, I mean, all the work you putting in, you know what I'm saying, 7 days a week to make one of the most unpopular fruits in the world.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
raisins are incredible, dude.
Love raisins.
And also, aren't you just a grape farmer that lets the grapes dry out?
You are.
Yeah, grapes dry out and turn into raisins.
Imagine spending the time on raisins, bro. Nobody's eating raisins, dude. Like,
that's not true. I love raisins. Raisins are delicious.
Too. Raisin Bran slaps.
Yeah,
love it.
Wow, I was just about to say, anybody that eat Raisins Bran could be potentially a murderer too. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those cereals.
No way. Raisin Bran's awesome.
Let's see.
Especially when you get the extra
let's test
raisins.
this theory. Mario, do you eat Raisin Bran?
Raisins are awful. No.
Okay, see, there's your theory.
Mario thinks
There's
fruit
the
is
key.
awful. Mario, do you eat any? What is your favorite fruit and/or vegetable?
I like cucumbers a lot as a
Jesus,
vegetable.
what a random.
What in the world?
Out of
That's
all
psycho
vegetables,
behavior.
you say cucumber, not a banana?
Yeah, cucumbers,
or
lemon,
a watermelon, or
some
an
lemon,
apple.
lemon, salt, cucumbers is awesome, man.
Oh my God, no! I mean, I'm not hating on. I just that feel like for somebody that doesn't really like fruits and veggies, for a cucumber to be the one that breaks through is kind of
Look, man,
mind-boggling.
you know me. I don't sit down with many vegetables. If I'm going to sit down with one, cucumbers probably coming to mind.
Shout out. But what about like bananas?
Oh, bananas are fine. I like cucumbers better.
Apples?
Apples are good.
Okay.
Apples, pineapples.
Apples are. I don't feel like apples are like evolving with 2023. You know what I'm saying? I need a different form of an apple. You know what I'm saying?
Show some respect now. I mean, the apples evolved pretty well. Like back in Johnny Appleseed days, he wasn't planting those apples to eat. He was planting them for cider because apples are still so untasty that they weren't considered just like casual eating fruit. And look at us now. Okay, apples have come a long way.
The green apples with the caramel, the little packs, so fire. You know what I'm saying? That was a great evolution for the apple right there. You can get like the peanut caramel with the green apples, little packs.
A classic tasty treat is a caramel apple. A well done caramel apple is incredible. I prefer red over green, but I don't really like sour stuff. So,
is anybody still bobbing for apples, or is that over with?
Have you ever bobbed for apples? It's tough.
Yeah, I have, and I couldn't get it.
No,
like it's
I feel like
just
I have
hard.
a small mouth, and so I was like, it's just, you have to press against the bottom, right? Like unless you have a massive gaping maw, you got to use the pressure of the bottom of the bucket so you can get your teeth around it, or maybe the side.
I think you might get canceled now.
I can't believe that you're just coming for raisins like that. I mean, raisins in like a chicken salad or something?
Bro, what is the nutrients in raisins? They look like they got ran over by a car and then a lizard sucked it all out.
Whatever's in a grape. I don't know, man. There's just old grapes. They're just dried up old.
You don't like
old
Raisinets?
grapes.
A little chocolate covered raisin?
Okay, I could do that.
Raisinets
I like
are
raisins.
all right. I don't really
love
like
Raisinets.
raisins like that.
And it's
I
got
go to
like
the
a
movie theater,
it's
I
like
get some Raisinets.
T-bobbing for apples.
I can do that. I like Raisinets.
Wait, so what is this about buffet food?
Okay, best buffet experience. I wanted to ask y'all because mine is probably Shoney's or Ponchos.
Ponchos.
Wow.
Ponchos. Raise the flag, Dev. Raise the flag.
Raise the flag.
Yep.
Raise the flag. You ready for Little Pancho's Mexican buffet?
Yep. I'm going to go Ponchos as well. Fantastic.
I've never been to Ponchos, but I mean, it feels like unlimited like queso and tortillas to make fajitas stuff. That's obviously going to be hard to beat, but for me, it's always a Chinese buffet, and it always will be.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyone too, really. You know,
No. I'm not. I mean, the crappier the better. Like the worse it looks from the outside, the better I know it's going to be better.
When we didn't really know, but now that we know some information, I don't know about that.
My grandpa used to take us to this place down the bayou that literally got caught cooking cat, and I had to confirm.
That's true.
And we would still go. And
I remember that story.
And
I remember that story.
I don't even care. I'm into it.
Shout out to Panda King in the West Bank. We used to have one in Kenner, but that's my place.
Shout out Great Wall back in the day here. No more.
Well, Kenner's got three amigos.
Yeah, it's solid.
Well, Chinese Inn, I don't believe does a buffet. They maybe used to do a buffet. Their interior looks like their interior looks like they have buffet, but I
think it stopped after COVID, right?
I never went to the buffet there actually, never once.
Another great buffet, man. Pizza Hut, bro. Nobody did it as good as Pizza Hut, bro. That was a great buffet.
Doesn't Popeyes have one buffet or something like that somewhere?
I think Lafayette.
KFC.
I want to say Lafayette still has the last remaining Popeyes buffet, which that would be incredibly strong as well. What are you shaking your head, Taylor?
Because they would never have any food on it.
No.
Have you ever been to a Popeyes?
No.
They don't ever have any food.
Love Popeyes.
That comes down to being punctual. You got to be punctual at a buffet, bro. You can't show up at 1 o'clock, bro. I mean, all the gremlins done arrived and left, bro. You know?
Exactly. That's a great point.
True, yeah.
And also, look, you understand, Taylor, that when it comes to His Holiness Al Copeland, you get what you deserve at that time. Even if you don't feel like, you feel like you maybe deserve better, sometimes you got to learn hard lessons in life. And so, look, I'll try to get a chicken sandwich again sometime this month. I may not get it for the 5th month in a row, but maybe I will. Right, and I'll let Popeyes.
Yeah. Even if not, maybe you'll get like an extra piece of chicken next time. He works in mysterious ways.
Exactly. Yes.
You'll get another blessing another way. That's how you got to look at that. I don't want anything easy, bro. That's like my problem with Chick-fil-A. It's like it's too easy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You always know you got to get it right.
It's too nice. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody just dressed me. You know, like it's too much, bro.
HCMsports.com/shop. Dev, what y'all got going on?
I'm going to Piccadilly today, baby.
Oh my God! Be still, my forever beating heart.
Wait, for RB&R Day, you're going to Piccadilly?
You
just
get red beans and rice at Piccadilly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the indoor. It's the indoor tour, baby. As long as we over 100 degrees outside, I'm gonna do an indoor tour. And man, I'm excited to be back at the Pick. I know I'm gonna get a lot of slander, and that's okay. Those people don't understand. They're not real Americans.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You just give a good review. Otherwise, Jake's not going to allow you on in the show.
No, I mean he's already given a good review for Herbie K's in Shreveport. So one bad review, but still Piccadilly's where I go for my birthday every year. So we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, to be honest with you, bro, born and raised on Piccadilly, I probably got a better relationship with Piccadilly than I do with God. You know what I'm saying? Like it's what a special place. Right when you walk in, too, it smells like old brute cologne and elderly people. You know what I'm saying?
It has that old people.
It does,
smell.
but you know what? Every time I go, I know exactly what I'm getting.
It's a wise people smell.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Dev, thanks so much, man. Spread lines.
All right, y'all take care.
Take care, bud. Who dat? Black Gold to Super Bowl. I do want to remind you, speaking of being hot, my car on the way up to this weekend, boys, I took a picture of it, hit 108. Maybe one disadvantage to the murdered out Mini is that it is just a
black on black on black.
Just a heat sink. I mean, it just sucks in the heat. 108. So, bottom line is your system's working overtime at your home right now. You want to get to AgTemp Baton Rouge, agtempbr.com. All your heating, cooling, electrical needs. It's all one-stop shop. Their all-night reviews are incredible. The customer service is second to none. Service to the highest degree is their tagline. And they don't just talk that talk, okay? They walk that walk.
They're about that life.
They're about that life, okay? Real. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Big ups.
Yep.
No cap.
100.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, nice. AggiesNPR.com. Hit him up today. Take control of your comfort zone. Ask about the Star Club membership while you're in that. Ashley, Megan, we hit 108 every day. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean,
it's not great.
On the way back, it hit like
It's not
106. But again, don't bring it out. You know, it's cool, dude. Whatever. It just is what it is. Yeah. But it sucks because it's getting so hot where it is getting to the point like, is this hospitable?
Yeah.
Like long term for human beings?
All right. True circle. I know we got to take a break. Was it this hot when we were children? Are we being soft?
Let's go to break, see what Chad says, and we'll come back and answer.
All right.
OTB.
OTB. OT.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Am I doing this right? Yep, centralplumbing.org. Wow, we just went way long. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. For all of your plumbing needs, Central Plumbing has your back. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Ooh, this is like less miles clock management here.
Yeah. Hey, we were molded by him.
You know who doesn't have that? Central Plumbing, okay? Because they show up on time, every time. It's like Sex Panther.
Oh,
okay?
my God.
What is it? 90% of the time it works every time? 60%? I don't know. But whatever. It does not act like Sex Panther because Central Plumbing works every time.
Yeah.
Commercial, residential, doesn't matter. 925-8552.
Yeah.
925-8552.
Yeah, those aren't the numbers. Like all those percentages, those aren't right. But the number that T-Bob gave you is right because it's always right. 24/7 means 24/7. Those are numbers that actually do work themselves out. 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Director. Join us for the Monday edition of Live at Lunch. We're at Big Mike's in Denham Springs. NFL preseason weekend plus LSU and the Saints back in camp. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
All right, here we go. Let me see what the chat says. Asher Megan says, hell no, it was never this hot now. Joe Hollier says, way hotter now. Bada Bing Bada Boom says, wife looked up each decade, and since the 70s, we've been in the 105-plus degree in the summer months. We just played outside more, got used to the temp. There were summers close to this, says Shoebang, enough where the human body couldn't tell the difference. Hootie says, I don't think I ever remember this level of oppressive heat for this many days in a row. Lived in Baton Rouge my whole life. Summers as a kid was tennis and swimming practice every day. Joe Holler, maybe because I'm older, it just feels hotter.
Well, I asked because we did play outside every single day. We didn't come in. We didn't want to come in. We didn't have an alternative. Like, yeah, you could play some video games, but, you know, Joey Hester not about that life. And so we all stayed outside. And that's just what we did. Like, did we become molded to it and we just didn't think anything of it? I was at practice on Saturday, and I'm sitting there baking. And I'm like, how did we used to have a true two-a-day, like a true two-a-day, morning practice, full pads, night practice, full pads, and you just did it.
You just gone and done it.
You just did it.
Well, I mean, how did the Junction Boys back in the day do it without water? Right? When they were like, water's bad for you. Like, you're going to be soft.
Dude,
Like, I mean, I don't know.
There was a practice that we had.
That's
and
insane.
It's when I first got here. It was training camp, and it was like period 4 or 5, whatever it was, and we were getting, water and oranges in a tent. And we were taking so long. Guys were throwing orange pills on the ground and not in the trash can, throwing water like cups on the ground, not in the trash can. Coach Saban came over, and he was so mad. He's like, start it over. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, no, start the whole thing over.
Yeah.
So we're at period 5, so we'd already gotten pretty good from stretch. We went back to the gate where we used to get dropped off at, because before we had football ops, we have to run in. We start stretching, doing the whole individual, everything over. He was so mad. We were taking so long in the tent, and we were not throwing our trash in the trash can. This man started the whole thing over, and I was like, again, I ask myself this a lot. Do I love football?
Yeah.
Is this what I want to do? And, now I'm like, okay, well, look, he had a rhyme and a reason for everything that he did, and it made sense. That's why his process is his process. But those days, like, it's like, how did we do that? Like, how did we start? That was the first of 2 practices. How did we start that over again?
Drew P. Balls says, it's definitely hotter this summer. It's always taken me 1.5 hours to cut my grass, but since June, it's over 2 hours till the water breaks I have to take.
I love this question from Daniel. Asked when I started to make the Hester boys carry their own Piccadilly tray. Look, it's by child. It's not by age. Like, my 10-year-old, he's got it. My 13-year-old, there's no chance in hell he's carrying his own tray. He's going to spill it if he carries his own tray. Yes. I trust Memphis, who is 7, to carry his
Jackson,
tray.
like one of those infomercial people. He's like,
yes. Have you seen him lately?
I mean, I know he's gangly because he's growing so fast.
I know.
But no way. I mean, you got to be able to carry a tray.
It's like even like he is 6 foot, 223 pounds at 13 years old, and he just keeps growing. He just keeps growing, and it's like, I have to remember with him, like mentally and physically, he's 13. Because I'll say something in case, like, hey, he's 13.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but he looks like he's 19.
He's going to like punch him when he back. Crap. My bad, dude. All right. When we get back, close of the show next.
OTB OT.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. The read so nice, we do it twice. Look, check out All-Star Toyota Express. That's on allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. You can actually custom order your vehicle right there from the website. But I get it. It's a big purchase, and maybe some of you young guns are cool with that, but a lot of us old heads, like to actually interact with humans when you make such a big decision, and that's my favorite part about All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge are the people that work there, right? And it's in every single department, but
It's just a customer service and attention to detail that ensures that you get the best possible deal for you and your family. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Go rent that Toyota today as well. I know we've been talking more about buying new, but don't forget about the rentals and the rental department over there, because you can get anything you want. Right? The full fleet is available. That's per day rental prices. And so in the summertime, we talk about vacation, something bigger. They have everything available, though. Whatever you're looking for, All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before in a 2023 Infiniti QX50 at your local Infiniti retailer.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day.
Join me for a Monday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We're reacting to the Saints and Chiefs from the Dome, and Matt House meets with the media. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Life, Vizzy Artelger, Blue Moonlight Sky, Citrus Wheat. Shout out Brandon, BFN Season on Twitter, who tells me that Popeye's Buffet in Lafayette closed down in 2022. Unfortunate there. Ask the Bench, is it okay to use fornicate to replace the F-bomb to clean up my cussing? It means the same thing, right? Well, no. The F word is actually, I think, the only word in the English language that can be used as any part of speech, noun, verb, anything. So I would say that its meaning goes well beyond fornicate. Fornicate means one of the F word's definitions, but not.
Favorite curse word?
Yeah,
Don't
the
say
F
it.
word.
Just Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Mine's BS.
I like the F word. It's powerful, like T-Bob says.
I like it for the reason T-Bob just said. Beginning, middle, end of sentence. It could be used anywhere.
Really? I don't say that one a lot.
It's so versatile, dude.
Definitely BS a lot, but you gotta say as country as possible for it to hit.
See, I feel a little.
You said it in your head,
I say
Taylor.
that's that bullshit. Yeah.
Imagine Matthew McConaughey saying the BS, and that's where it should be said.
I guess that bull. Rejuve or no, do remind you go to Patient Plus Urgent Care PatientPlusUC.com where you will see the difference. Look, I know there's like crazy summer colds, all that other crap going around now. Get into Patient Plus, get in, get better, take advantage of the digital profile system. If you're an occupation, if you're a business, you need your OCMED needs met. You want Patient Plus. Also, shout out Rube, keep me honest, Rube Patel, Patient Plus. As Rube tells me, AK never rushed for 1,000 yards.
I know, it's hard to believe.
700, and that's right.
Yeah.
Generally, he ends up about, in his best years, 1,500 total yards, but never just with the rushing. So here's hoping that's the same this year.
See you tomorrow, ball.
Lady, I'll see you tomorrow.
OTB, OT.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You got insomnia problems. You got mood and memory problems.
Yep.
You got erectile dysfunction problems.
Nope.
You just got energy problems. Thought I was going to catch you there. Good looking out. But don't be embarrassed. Who cares, man? The point is, if you're having ED or something, just fix it.
Go fix it.
Okay? And the way to fix it and get that confidence back up
Just click it.
is what?
Click it. Consultation. Top right corner of the website.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I thought you were talking about seatbelts. I was confused.
No.
Yeah, go
Not
to the
click it or
website.
ticket situation. Just click the consultation situation.
But don't click it and quit it. Click it and stick with it, okay? And then see what Rejuve Medical can offer you. RejuveMedical.com. Go there today. Look, maybe HRT's for you. Maybe it's not anything like that. They got your back. RejuveMeMedical.com. Rejuve Me
Down
Medical.
Shreveport, T-Bob. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah, you can know that as well going to
Baton Rouge Metairie,
RejuveMeMedical.com. That's right.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.